What's good? What's good, YouTube world? We back again with Grown Folks Business. You have your co-host Norris, better known for the Souls of Thought podcast. But I got my family on deck, and I think tonight's gonna be a good one. I think it's gonna be a good one. I got my boy Plug. I got my boy David in the building. And we got Alyssa in the building. So savvy. Y'all make sure y'all follow her on her social medias too. She's doing some good content. But man, we're gonna get right into it tonight. We're gonna get right into it, man. We're gonna jump into something that's actually going on as we speak. How do everybody feel about the LA riots? I know it's going on in other states too, but I know it's really going down there in Cali. So what y'all thoughts are?
All right, well, I guess I'll kick it off.
Yeah.
Number one, let's remember what the protest started for. People getting deported without due process, that completely goes against anything American. Everybody, and what people need to understand, habeas corpus doesn't just apply to American citizens. Anybody in this land is supposed to have the right to due process. So if these people are criminals or whatever you're saying they are, give them a day in court and prove your case. So that's number one. Number two, when it comes to the protests becoming riots, you have to understand everyone that's rioting, you have some people that are there fighting for the cause, but then you have opportunists that see an opportunity like, hey, I can loot this store, I can get what I'm trying to get out of it. So you have people that are opportunists that are using this to get what they're trying to get out of it. And then for me, the most disturbing part is dispatching the military, National Guard, whatever, and the Marines. Those people are trained to fight foreign enemies. Law enforcement is supposed to take care of riots when it's dealing with U.S. citizens. And it's really striking that when you have the president that we have, January 6th, we didn't get no National Guard deployed.
That part.
So it makes you beg the question, are you one, admitting that you made a mistake January 6th? If so, say that and say, going forward, this is what we're going to do. That ain't what he's doing, I know, but I'm just throwing it out there.
But David, before
go
you,
ahead.
So we gotta keep it fact structured.
Okay.
They did offer to bring the National Guard in for January 6th. They did offer. They chose not to. So they did offer.
Remember, these are graham crackers.
They did offer. They did offer. They did offer that. We gotta keep
these are graham crackers, not saltines. Bro.
So Norris, are you saying that the current president is doing the right thing?
No.
She said Norris. Thank you. This is what I'm gonna say. What's taking Governor Newsom so long to have all these things in place? I think that's the biggest issue.
What do you mean? What's taking him so long to have things in place?
Because he's the one who needs to be deploying those police officers out there. I'm sure there's more.
Well, initially it was just a protest.
Mm-hmm.
That's all right. You have the right to
protest. They've been rioting for the past 48 hours.
Well, the rioting, like David said, that's opportunists taking over a situation where now you have caused fear. When there is fear, people are going to react in different ways. People are afraid of just being snatched out of their homes. People, like, there is no trust. So that's why that has went that way, because initially, what it sounds like is now we're putting this back on the governor. No, none of this is being done correctly to begin with.
So where was because you said it's fear-based, right? So they've been snatching for a few months since January. Let me finish.
No, you got it.
What makes from January to June, what made June the tipping point for us to now go and protest and then have these opportunities
people have been protesting before then?
But what made it go from where it was in January to the extreme that it is today? That's my thing. Is like,
so
that's I feel like
I don't think it has been an extreme. I think now we're just so focused on Los Angeles because it's like, why is he sending in the military?
Mhm.
Now
Okay.
it's being I don't
That's
I,
what made it
there's been
polarizing.
there's been fear from jump. There have been people protesting since jump. There have been principals at schools telling ICE agents, no, you are not coming in here and taking children. No, you are not doing that. So that has been happening. But when you react and you're supposed to be a leader,
Yeah.
you have a group, a country that of people who are divided, number one, and they and half of them they don't trust.
Okay. So
So Norris, I want to make sure before I answer, I understand your question. Are you
thank you.
saying what took so long for people to start protesting?
Like what took so long? Because we're saying fear, right?
Mm-hmm.
What took the fear from point five fear in January when it
Mm-hmm.
started, and we were already pushing out millions of them to
Mm-hmm.
to now we're in June, and now we're getting to this extreme of not just the protest, but now people are looting, people are doing all these things. Y'all seen if you watch all the feeds now, because this is my thing. What's happening isn't right on both sides, right? We can say President Trump is wrong, but we also can say the actions of the people are wrong. And that's why I always try to have the conversation, because two things can be true at the same time. And then I want to understand, because everybody's talking about due process.
Mm-hmm.
What process do you need if we know somebody entered the country illegally? Like they illegal. Like we have specified that they're illegal. What due process do you need to give to someone who has been pretty much brought here? We've seen everything that happened in New York.
Okay.
Y'all see they shut up the mayor of New York. Eric Adams was about to tell all the secrets, and we ain't heard from him since. So like that's what I want to know. I feel like both things are wrong, right? Because I feel like, because I don't know if y'all know who they sent in. They sent in the Marines from where is
Yeah.
that place?
Yeah, I know they sent in the Marines, and they don't even have no
No,
places.
no,
They don't
but
have
those
food,
Marines,
nowhere to stay, nothing.
no, I'm
They
saying those
just sent them.
Marines those aren't the Marines I would have sent. I don't know if you know people who come from that base. They
The
ain't tied
military
up that
shouldn't have been sent to begin
like,
with.
like so. Go ahead,
Uncle
Dave.
Sam's misguided children.
Okay. So it's a couple of things.
Yeah,
First of all, I think one of the main things that took so long is, number one, people were waiting for Congress to do their jobs.
gotcha.
Congress and number one, so it's a lot. Number
Go ahead. We got
one,
time. We got
they
time. We got
violated court. They violated court orders, like when they were sending those guys to El Salvador.
time.
Judge told them bring those people back. They violated those court orders. Then you also have to. I think the real tipping point is though when they start arresting judges and Congress people. You had the one ICE agent that went into like an office. I can't remember exactly where, but there were staffers who were arrested. They weren't given a reason why, and I should have looked it up exactly where it was. But then they were released. They didn't go to jail or anything, but the fact that you show people able to come into a congressman's staff, take their people with no warrant, not showing any identification, you come in unmarked vehicles. So when you get to that level, because that is the part where I think the purpose of it is to let you know you better fall in line or we can come get you too. Nobody's untouchable. And then, like I say, when you consider Congress as well as the judges, it seems like, because we're supposed to have three equal parts of government. Well, it
Mhm.
seems like those two parts of government haven't been able to do anything to stop this. And so then it takes a little while to organize. So then we get people organized and everything. So I think that's what maybe took a long time.
Mhm.
But it's a lot of things going on. And then you also have to remember with this administration, this is just one part. You got all the cuts to federal. They got so many things going on at once. Cutting a bunch of different federal services. The mess between Trump and Elon. The mess going on with Ukraine. It's so much going on at once that you can't really zero in on one thing. And it's something every day. So it's a lot going on. And like I say, as far as the riots, I think in any time you're gonna have people protesting, you're gonna have opportunists. And I believe it's twofold. Number one, you have people who are doing it where they're trying to loot, rob, whatever. But then you also have to remember, if I say I'm on either side, if I want to make this look real bad, if I'm supporting ICE,
Yeah.
maybe I might come bring some of my guys and we might cause a ruckus and say, see, these protesters out here acting crazy, but really that was
because
us.
they're taking
I
our
don't know if
thought
that's
off
happening.
of protesting, and now they're saying, look at you rioters, look at what y'all are doing,
Mhm.
and they trying to lump everybody all together. They stopped a plane in Houston and diverted it to pull people off of it. Like,
So can I ask a question? Because I think I
Shoot.
asked it like the first time we started this panel. Let's say in a perfect world, if everything was done the way you guys are addressing it, right? Due process.
you mean
Do y'all
the way our government is supposed, like the way the Constitution
yeah,
is written and our rights?
however y'all want. But
Oh, so that's not our rights? Are you saying
no,
it's not?
I'm saying I'm just trying to finish my statement. Like
But
I'm
you're
just saying
you're making it sound like however y'all want it to be. It's not how
because,
we want it to be.
because I'm not the one debating that side. I'm debating I'm just saying, like, if everything was done right, how the Constitution, however you want to word that part, if everything's done right, do you feel like these people should be here?
Well, number one, the process for certain people getting here is difficult as hell. And the way I see it, if someone's here and they've been here, they haven't committed any crimes, they're trying to work, contribute to society, I feel like absolutely they should be here. And then, as far as, do we want criminals here? Of course not.
Mhm.
But the point is, I don't want you doing anything without due process, because once you start with them, that's going to set a precedent where then you can do it to anybody else. So the importance of due process. I remember everyone was talking about that guy, Kilmar. Forgive me, I'm gonna butcher his name. Abrego Garcia, I think is his name. The one who he was like in Maryland
Yeah, that did.
and been here for all that time or whatever. I think so many people got held up on, well, why are y'all so worried about him? And it's like, he's the person that we're talking about. But the point is, once you establish that I can arrest you, deport you, and then deport you to one of the worst prisons in the world
Yeah.
without proving you committed a crime,
Mhm.
that's scary, especially being black. For me, because I'm thinking, if you can do that, once you establish and this is okay to do that, then it's very easy once a precedent's been set for you to then apply it in other places.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we have to defend. Go ahead. I'm sorry. What were you
No,
about to
no,
say, Nars?
no. Go ahead. Go. I'm gonna let you land.
So that's why I believe you have to defend due process. Even like you can even say, I saw something last night. I want to say it was on MSNBC where they were talking about Elon Musk's legal status, and they were like, when he got here,
Yeah.
he got here on some kind of murky. Basically, he was here either on a student or a work visa, where there was a period when he was in college where he left school and he also wasn't working. So technically, he shouldn't have been allowed to stay. So that could be grounds to deport him. And even though I'm not a fan of some of the things he's done, okay, don't just send him out. Put him through the process like you would anybody else. Because even somebody I disagree with, they should still get the due process, because we have to make it where this is the standard. And we can't let, no matter who the person is, no matter what you think they've done, we can't deviate from that standard, because it's too easy to then the people in power, the moment they say, well, I don't want this person here, I could just get them out. We can't have that.
And that's Councilman David right there. Boy.
And that was
I
the
like
whole
this.
point of the colonists coming to this country and starting their own thing, because they didn't want the crown to just make decisions like that. And that's why we came up with the executive branch and the legislature, all these different things. And we talking about illegal immigrants. I don't want to say those people, but we're talking about illegal immigrants and criminals. But our sitting president is a convicted felon.
And
So,
we want to
34 of them.
but we support our convicted felons too. We say free baby Ray to
Not
baby Ray,
me.
free back.
I don't know who that is.
No. I'm just giving, like, like that's what
I know
we
what
we
you
do.
mean. I got you.
We do the. It's funny to me that since it's President Trump who's a felon.
Well, no, you brought up the illegal
No,
immigrants.
yeah, but I'm saying, but we. What if let's say David ain't a felon, but let's say if David was a felon and he restored his life and he he wants to run for president. Should we judge that? He's a changed person. Should we judge that he's a felon because he wants to go take another seat or he wants to do something different? Everybody has a story. Everybody has a past.
I'm not
I feel
judging
like
any felon.
no, I'm saying, but that's what everybody's saying when it comes to like illegal.
So
or
why can't
felony.
convicted felons vote?
Hey,
If we should give them another chance,
they can.
or is it now because Donald Trump is a convicted felon? Now
No.
we need to start giving everybody a chance.
No,
Because that was never, nobody ever said, well, we should, they did their time. We should give them. No, nobody's ever made this argument.
Amendment 4
They can
allows
go,
a convicted felon as long as they're done with their probation or parole, and they don't have any restitution, or they don't owe the state anything, or the
okay.
owe the government anything.
I want to say Barack Obama and them got that done, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Like they got
no.
You think it was before that?
No, it was after that. Fuck, it was Trump. It was Trump.
Isn't that coincidence?
It was Trump.
Hey, but one thing I want to touch on as well.
It was Trump.
And nor in most cases, I would like to hear both sides of your argument. But here's why I don't like to do the both sides in this instance.
Yeah, go ahead.
Trump's a bad faith actor.
Mm-hmm.
We know 90% of the things he says, they're not either unsubstantiated or flat out lies.
Flat out.
And so when I know I'm dealing with a person that if I give him an inch, he will try to mislead me, I can't listen to your side. I have to just hammer you because because that's how people like him manipulate so many people. And this is a perfect example with what's going on in LA. The bottom line is the highest office in the land was doing wrong, and what they're doing violates the very basis of democracy. And so everything else we're talking about, we have to start there. And it's like, no. You can say these people are wrong. Yes, you got some protesters that are wrong, but the bottom line is what you're doing is wrong, and it's got to stop.
I can appreciate
like
your
once we're violating court orders.
That's what I'd be trying to say. I feel like
we're about
I appreciate your honesty that you only want to see it from one side, and you're saying that. I can respect that. A lot of people don't want to see it from both sides, and it's like we'll never make change if we don't see things from both sides, especially for us as African Americans.
Absolutely.
Like we really have to see things from both sides because right now this really has nothing to do with us, but we're some of the strongest supporters of it.
I disagree.
Well, I disagree.
Of course, y'all always disagree. That's what we're here for. That's why I love you guys on the panel.
So to make a statement like this has nothing to do with us. It's the very same thing. It's like it's setting a precedence. Like if I can just do this without following any democracy, without going based on everything that our country has stood for, then who's to say it's not going to start happening to other people? That once that precedence is being set, and the very same people who are trying to see it from both sides, then when something comes around and it comes back and it hurts them or their family or their loved one, then it's like, oh, I should have thought about that a little bit differently.
And just basically for me, does this affect me at the moment? No, but injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere.
Okay.
Once you're able to do this person wrong, it's not a stretch for then, okay, I'm done with them, on to the next and on to the next and on. Because this democracy we have is fragile.
Yeah.
And once you have one party, well, not a party, let me not say that. Once you have one branch that overreaches and nothing can, and it feels like almost nothing is either can or will be done about it, then it really, this power, because all this power is imaginary. If we really stop to think about it, the only thing that gives any branch power is that we believe it has power. Mm-hmm. The moment they overreach and nothing's done, like officially, in my opinion, the judicial and the legislative branches have been neutered. It's basically now whatever the White House says goes, and we can't have that.
So what's the solution, guys? What do you guys feel is the solution?
Well, it starts with the people, and this is why I support the protest, because at this moment, the only power we have is our voices. So it starts with us. The next step is to put pressure on these elected officials
Right.
to, hey, if you don't do what you're supposed to do and defend our rights, we're gonna get you out of here. And that's why you're seeing all the town halls, and
Right.
that's why, like I said, you're seeing the process. We have to put pressure on these elected officials. Now with the judicial part, it goes up to the Supreme Court. I don't know what you can do about them because it's a lifetime
Yeah,
appointment
that's
and there's
right.
basically
Yeah.
no oversight.
Yeah.
But with the other judges, hey, if you're not gonna do what you're supposed to do, we're gonna have to get you out of there. And
And
there was one
and
part, I
now
think it's in.
people more than
Go ahead.
ever, I'm going to cut you off, are paying attention. They are counting down the days for the next time to vote, because I don't think anybody really focused on all the parts of our government until now. I don't think it's been a big priority. Like, because you always hear people saying, okay, yes, voting for the president is important, but we got to vote. We got to also vote for this. We got to also vote for this. And now people, like David said, they're having these town halls, and people are looking to see whose seats are coming up and looking to see who's this, and how can we change some of this power that's in there. People are paying attention to that now. So,
And one other thing on that, one thing that concerns me, I don't know if you guys saw, that bill, that big spending bill that
Mhm.
that
The
I think the
beautiful big
House
deal.
already. I wasn't gonna say it. I wasn't gonna say it. But there's a piece in there that will allow them to take away the funding for certain judges in order to hold someone in contempt and to do whatever they need to, the funding to do what they need to do to pay the officers to arrest when someone in the executive branch isn't following the orders. So if that part passes, I'm wondering, is that going to make, even if we decide to vote the people
right.
to vote these people out, is that going to effectively make it where it doesn't matter who's in now?
Yeah.
I think it is. I think that is what's going to happen if it
So
passes.
and what do we need to do? That's the part where I'm not an expert on this type of stuff. So, but it would really take organizing and finding out what rights are available to us and what we can do to compel the people that are in these offices to do their jobs.
Yeah. Kind of to piggyback on what Lissa said, people are counting down the days, and I think that's the biggest issue. I think I think President Trump gave the Democratic Party the playbook, and we're not playing the playbook. If y'all notice, when Biden got elected, Trump immediately went on he he immediately went on his campaign. That dude campaigned from the moment he was
Yeah.
president. Biden. That's what we shouldn't be counting down. We should be trying to put somebody that we feel will be the good representation for the Democrat Party or however you vote. You should be trying to put that person in play instead of trying to put out, because I'm hearing you guys say that you see the distractions, right? You see everything that's going on, but we get so busy trying to put out all the little fires, and we don't put
Hmm.
somebody in place. Somebody right now should be campaigning. There should be somebody. What did President Trump do every time something like this happened when Biden was in office? He was the first person on the ground in that area. That's what that Democrat or whoever it is, it could be a Republican or whoever you want, should be in place right now in LA and all these other states, speaking and trying to calm down everything. That's what people fail to realize. He gave the playbook on how do you take over. And then when you get into the seat, you do everything that you said you were going to do, regardless how people look at it. Like, that's what we have to
Yeah.
do. Like, we have to get somebody who's willing to say, hey, man, he did that. This 4 years, this is what I'm doing.
Let me make a correction. When I say count down
Well,
the days, I don't mean just sitting and counting. I mean, when I say counting down the days, I mean they are ready to make a change with their vote.
Mhm.
That's what I mean. I don't mean like they're not there's no action behind the counting. The counting of the days is just like a term.
No, I didn't take it that way.
metaphorically
I
to
just said I wanted to
but
pick.
also, I'm going to say, I'm not going to give all this credit to Donald Trump campaigning because, in my opinion, I have no proof of it. But in my opinion, I put a very big asterisk by that last election. And we can go into that a whole nother time to give me some time to do some research.
Oh,
Because
listen,
I'm
we
not
ain't
going to
doing that
sit here
already.
and just say, oh, Donald Trump did all of this and da 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 da, because he was not, he throughout the campaign, they were showing the polls and all of this, Donald Trump never surpassed Kamala Harris like that.
I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about
or even trying to,
Ma'am.
I'm not going to say Donald Trump had the playbook and positioned himself. Like David said, he's a master manipulator. I'm not fixing to sit here and
But listen,
say
every president has been a master manipulator. Like there hasn't been a president that, no matter what party it is, that hasn't manipulated the party. Right?
I receive what you're saying, but I'm gonna disagree that they are like Donald Trump. I'm just gonna disagree with that.
So I think what Norris is talking about is more or less on every issue. Trump would hammer how the Democrats are doing wrong. Whether
everything that comes out of his mouth is something negative about somebody else.
Absolutely.
Everything.
Now, I wouldn't say the Democrats need to do what Trump does specifically, but what I will say is a lot of Democratic leadership is weak. They take too long,
extremely,
and you have too many Democrats that are willing, in order to keep things going. Well, yeah, like I can't remember what it was exactly, but there was something that the Republicans were trying to push through like very early in Trump's presidency, and I'll do better getting my facts together. But Chuck Schumer just told everybody, well, we're just going to go with it because if the government gets shut down, everything is going to be worse. But it's like you're bowing down, you're drinking the poison, and it's like you basically just saying, I'd rather die tomorrow than go forward today.
Yeah.
And it's like,
real quick to jump in, I never said a party. I never said Democrat or Republican, because there are some Republicans who don't agree with how things are being handled either. So I'm not saying a specific party. I'm saying we need to abide by the Constitution and our democratic rights and the whole thing that the United States was supposed to be founded upon to begin with. I don't care what party it is.
Well, on this part, I don't think Norris was talking about governing. I think he was more or less talking about messaging. The way
it ain't about a party to me.
Yeah,
it's about who's gonna do the right thing.
That's what I kept saying. I kept saying that I don't care who it is.
Yeah.
You have to see what's going on. Like, and right now, like he said, you don't have any. You gotta find that person. I always try to look more at like your independent people, those people that you really don't, because it becomes a two-party race at the end of the day. Yeah. But a lot of times we have some good candidates that are actually, they just can't afford to put on media and stuff like that. But
so with the independents, it's tough because I agree. A lot of times I like independents, but it almost feels like a waste of a vote because I almost always know
it's not
that person's not going to get
it. I wanted Vivek Ramaswamy because he was the first person to leave Trump alone, though. If y'all pay attention, he left the Doge and said, "Hey, I'm finna go run for this seat in Ohio."
Yeah,
he's seen the play way before the play happened.
Yeah,
because he even said it on Breakfast Club that once they got into the White House, they didn't their things didn't line up anymore. And I think Elon tried to stay alone because Elon, at the end of the day, wanted the money, right? He wanted his things to be pushed too. But once he found out, like, hey, I ain't gonna get nothing out of this, I'm gone too. So now you kind of started from scratch, but we'll bring this on for another topic.
Well, Plug, you didn't get to chime in. Look, he drinking his tea.
He didn't want to. He takes
mushroom coffee.
Oh.
Hey, let me be bougie.
I gotta get on the mushroom
coffee. Yeah. I didn't want to say anything because y'all was hitting it on the head. I would be real with y'all. I have no No opinion on none of that. I love my brown people. I hate that this is happening to them. You know what I mean? But hey, when our crisis go, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. When our crisis is going on, you know where to be found. Arriba.
So let's get into this. Well, man, I feel bad for Alyssa. She's the only female again as we go through these.
It's fine. It's fine. At least now we're going to address the men, okay? Because I feel like every week we just coming for the women.
Hey, you missed it, David. Listen, we had a whole panel with the family last weekend.
And I was,
Like I always do.
at the graduation. Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, we had a good time.
That was a real good one. We need A. Martha on here.
Yes, we do.
A. Martha was giving us a good insight from especially from that older generation.
And A by being
hey, April.
Lion friend. But anyway.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we about to go on to this first.
I'm gonna have to check that one out then.
Oh yeah. So this first video, it says men are not worth believing. So
I don't like him.
Men in general are not worth believing in. Ain't no way you empty out your 401k to help him pay back his child support. And then your husband, this man, is cheating on you with your first cousin that called you best friend. Ain't no way. Men in general are not worth believing in. You should never have so much faith in a man. I don't care if it's your husband or your son, your uncle, anyone. You should never have faith in a man to where it, relies on your pockets. Now, it's one thing if y'all working and, he loses his job and he falls a hard time. Yeah, maybe, pitch in a little bit more because he lost his job, but he should be doing everything he can to get back on his feet. But child support, his child support? Oh, no, man. Using your 401k to help him pay back his child support, and now you have nothing left? Yeah, this is crash out territory. Listen to me, this is crash out territory.
Topics. What do y'all think?
Oh, God.
So what do y'all think there?
I'm gonna let the men go first.
I definitely want to go first.
Come on, Plug.
Go, come on.
Who is this tender dick ass nigga right here, man? Who is Cub? Because see, man, you can't bottle every man up and put him in that, man. No, you can't put every man in that. Because that hit close to home, that killer. That hit close to home, there. My daddy got 6 kids. Child support beating the brakes off of him, boy. And my and my stepmama stepped in. My stepmama stepped in and stepped up. They still together now, 27, 28 years. Stood in that paint. And now they both are on the level. Now they both living lovely. Man, hold on, man. And she did that. She went for broke. She handled that business. She stood in the paint with him. That hit close to home. I don't know what Buddy talking about, man. You know what I mean? Like these dudes that they talk about, these internet guys, these a different breed. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna get that nigga no change out my pocket. But at the same, not all men are like that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of men gonna make some mistakes before 40, before they get it together. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like, man, my daddy got 6 kids. That child support busting his ass up on, unless you got a real high paying job, child support garnishment is a subject, but garnishment is a word you never want to encounter. When they garnishing your check, and then you bring in your check started out at 16 and it go down to 8, and you try to hold down a household, but that shit is tough, and she gotta stand up in the paint, but it won't last forever. You know what I mean? No, man, I don't like when he said that, man. That touched me right now. I don't like it. And he sound tender anyway. He sound like he on the other team. You on the other team, man. He on the other team. I don't even, man, who he batting for? Boy, stop.
What you think, David?
So and I wish I could have been on when y'all talk about women because this is my opinion on every time. You can't bottle men, women, and say just because this happened with this woman and say men do that. That's ridiculous. What's going on?
Dude, what's up,
There
boy?
you go.
Can you hear us?
He muted.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
Man.
Go ahead, David. You can finish it.
Yeah, go ahead, Dave.
But in this instance, it's like, hey, no, I'm looking at her. Like, what kind of conversations did y'all have? Because what man is gonna tell you to empty out your whole 401k? Like,
What real
that's a
mean?
little
A
that's a
real.
little insane. And like, it's not. I'm not trying to blame her because I mean,
Shit, you will.
sound like we can
It's
curse on this
okay to
dog.
blame her. It's
No,
okay.
it is not okay.
But
You
I
don't
was like,
do that, David.
Cause it sound like that dude just a fuck nigga, bro. Let's be
hey.
real.
I think that was her husband.
It was.
So why she choose to marry? See, I'm looking at her like, why? Cause it's like, hey man, if it was like that, it ain't just get like that.
Thank you, David.
So that's a little insane to spend your whole 401k.
How much was
Like,
in it?
I tell you now, granted, my situation is a little different.
That child support that high here. You should have said nah, bro. But
Yeah,
how
for real.
was the 401k?
I don't even know if I
You
like
know
if this
what?
was
That's a good question though, because what if we, the 401k, what if she just at the job about 2 or 3 years,
Yeah.
like
either way, either way. But my situation is a little different. I've been with the same woman since I was 18 years old. So I can't relate. I can't relate to, all the baby mama, child support, and I ain't trying to relate to it. But if it was my
smart.
daughter, I would tell her, I'm not against you, getting, you met a man, he got children. That's cool. But you have to make sure you're making smart decisions for yourself. And if this was one of my daughters, I would tell her, when it comes to finances, you got to have real adult conversations about, where your money going. And if he got all these children, you need to see what kind of arrangement he has with these women, what the child support looking like, because in that case, maybe you don't even want to marry him until you get that straightened out. Because
That's true.
because I want to know what led to that point. Because that's an insane story to me.
Bro, that's dang-a-lang desperation.
Yeah.
But you make a good point. That's where
insane.
you have to have that uncomfortable conversation. And as women,
You know what that is.
we have to be able to communicate, to articulate it. But I'm not gonna try. And April, you're right. But that's where you have to have a conversation. Like David was saying, how did we get to this point? And is this the type of person that I want to marry to put myself in something like that? So, but I don't want to blame her. I don't want to blame her for it.
What kind of future is that?
Yeah.
Like moving forward, trying to buy a home, secure, financial stability.
Right. I think it's a bold statement. It's a bold statement, though, to tell women, I don't care who it is, your son, your husband, your brother. Because I know I got a man in my life that I can trust 100%. Man, and that's my daddy and my brother, both of my brothers. I know for sure. But if ain't nobody else gonna do right by me, I know those three will. So that's a very bold statement to categorize all men.
Alyssa, you can empty out your 401k for me, man. Trust me. I'm just trying to pay the truck off. That's it.
Maybe she was trying to stop him from going to jail.
From going to jail? That's a writ, bro. Hey, that's a writ.
But how did we even get here? That is that to this point. Like how many months? Like I don't know, but I don't know how that works. Like with that, is it like the moment you miss it, are you in a lot of trouble, or is it like a whole bunch of stuff?
You got to be in years.
No, you get tired.
For y'all who don't know, I pay child support. So
You went first, bro.
let's say myself, but no, but you can be in arrears, but once it gets there are stages to it, right? So like you might get in arrears for like a year, they'll suspend your license, and then it keeps going, but you gotta pay it. And every time you get any new employment, they garnish it from your check. So it sounds like this guy really don't have a true job, because the child support system garnishes whatever you make. They know when you get new employment. Like, trust me, y'all. The moment I retired and got my new job, I got that letter in the mail. They already knew where I was working. They sent it to the employer. The child support system is probably one of the most solid systems.
Garnishment. I'm telling you, garnishment.
Yeah, but I think it goes back to our conversation too. And Alyssa, you can answer this. I think it goes back to how women vector men. Because like David said, and Plug and them said, like, no conversations were had. This guy had to show you examples that he was a horrible father. Because to me, if you don't take care of your responsibility, I don't care if it's monetary or physical custody, you're a horrible dude.
Now, you know what, cousin? I can agree with you on that. I can say that as women, sometimes we may not have those hard questions, or we may not. She didn't do her due diligence. April, you own it, baby girl. But sometimes as women, we get into this thing where we feel like we have to hold on to a man, or we don't want to say what it is we really want in fear of what that man might say. And maybe she should have, I'm pretty sure she would have seen already. Hey girl, hey Jen in the house.
That must be another loophole for white people.
Oh. But yeah, women do the work. Ask the questions. Don't pull out all your 401k. Okay.
As a person who used to pay child support. Thank you.
I finally got support. I'm sorry. I'm so excited. I got some females. Thank you. Okay, Marcus, I'm gonna shut up.
As a person that used to pay child support,
you left the club?
Yeah, I'm done. Man, I'm done. I'm done.
Congratulations, man. Hey, man. Congratulations, D. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, boy. When it went 0-0, dog, like I really shedded a tear, dog. Like it was there. Now, as an individual who paid child support, and I did remarry. That was a conversation that I did have with my wife. I brought it up as in the instance that, hey, I do pay child support, blah, 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 this and that. We had those tough discussions, but my wife ain't like that. She ain't about to put everything on the line for me in the essence of, like y'all say, the due diligence was never done to see if this individual was an individual taking care of their business. So
that should be a badge of honor, D.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that shows that you financially are supporting your children. You know what I'm saying?
Then it ended up flipping and I ended up taking custody of her, but that's a different story. But it's you got all women. I'll tell all women this: ask the hard questions early and often, and continue to make sure that you answer them. Even if you forget or it's something you don't understand, re-ask it again. Because when you get married, that will fall on you and it can hurt you in a negative way and put you behind that 8 ball. You don't never want to go in behind the 8 ball because of what someone else done and wasn't upfront with you about it. So have those hard conversations. I'll tell all women that, even if it means not being together, have those hard conversations.
And I can attest, throughout my dating trials and tribulations, I did not always ask the right questions, or I didn't follow up. So I can speak for myself on that.
I think, you know what? It's kind of hard to have the right conversations though, because people represent, they send their representatives.
True.
So because this dude could have been a model dad when they first met. and then all of a sudden maybe the baby mama got mad
Mm.
and everything kind of fell off. You know, maybe he wasn't on child support at first, and then the baby mama got mad and he got another woman.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what, Norris? Hell no,
Or
man.
they could have still.
It be red. It be red. Nah,
Nah.
hell nah. It be red flags, and we tend to overlook them. Even if
Yeah.
it's the smallest red flag, we tend to overlook them. Like
Yeah.
you, no, we we tend to overlook them. I've picked because I've picked some crappy women, and I avoided the red signs because
No way.
y'all know how we be, bro. Yeah. Uncle Plug, you know how it is, man.
Hey.
And then when you
that monkey be snapping, boy.
But you know what?
I know nothing of what they're talking about because
That
this is
monkey be
all
snapping.
feminine energy right here.
The centerpiece is quite fine. Now listen.
But I want to ask this question before we move on because I'm glad David and D here, man. This next topic gonna be good. But I do want to ask this because David, right now, you know what I mean. You're the model citizen for us. You know what I mean. You've been together. You stayed.
I know since
for real.
18.
You know, so you did the right thing. You're a great father. I know that personally. So you're a great father. So what is the key to it? Because see, I don't want to just always talk about the negative on this podcast. What is the key to your success?
Honestly, for me, I think it's the fact that we got together so young
Oh, April.
that we are, we both have flaws. But since we were so young, we're not so set in our ways. I think if you say you get married in your 30s, but you did the right things, you working, you got a career, you doing okay financially, maybe you and the other person, you've been living on your own for a while. There are certain things that you're kind of setting your ways on. It's just an opinion, I don't know. But I think the main thing for us, because my wife and I, we still trying to get better every day. We have ups, downs, both emotionally, financially. But the main thing is, the foundation was always love. And we are trying to get, especially with finances, we have the conversations. But the main thing is we do better now at holding each other accountable. If you say you're gonna do something, I'm gonna make sure you do it. And if you don't, I'm gonna come at you. You might not like sometimes she come at me, she be telling the truth, but it piss me off. And vice versa. So but I think just the fact that we started so young and we growing together, we are both maturing as people, because Lisa can tell you it was rough early. I tell you,
Man.
it was pretty bad early.
Man,
But,
listen. But I'm so proud of them. I am.
But just we communicate, we support each other, and that's really just it.
Cool.
Like I say, I think we just got the right foundation, and we support each other in whatever we're doing. So.
I wish I had the applause button right there.
I know, right? We do need that.
Yeah, we gotta get some sound effects. It's coming, y'all. It's coming. No, I want to give you your flowers, Dave, because I know how tough that is starting at that young age. So, got to give you your flowers. We got to do this more for the men, man. I know we be on here talking crazy and here and there, but like good stuff, man. Keep it up, man. Keep it up, bro.
Salute.
So this next topic, man, this is gonna be a good one, man. I really want to, especially for David and D. It's gonna be a good one. So I don't know if y'all heard about what's been going on.
Oh, I think I know.
Offset, Cardi B. You know what I mean? So we're gonna use a little Anton Daniels. We ain't gonna watch the whole thing, it's too long. So they're gonna go on their little rant, but I do want to hear what you guys got to say about it. So let's play a little bit of this and then we're gonna get moving.
They do everything online. That's all powerful.
Whatever the reason
have a father figure for my kid, and you only been with the nigga for a month.
No, let's get this clear from Carrie.
Hold on.
I don't buy.
How are y'all justifying this nigga just because he fucking her? and he been around her for a month, and you already.
No. I personally don't. If they said that they started dating in
I don't
November
care. It
or
ain't
whatever, I personally don't think that he should even know her kids yet. So no,
why do you get to decide that?
I'm not deciding. I'm giving
that's
my opinion.
kid.
I'm not deciding. I'm giving my opinion. I don't think that anybody needs to introduce their little kids to a new person that is not significant and like they're about to be in their life for forever. Like you don't even know you're gonna be with him in a couple of months. And it's sloppy how it came about. So I'm not doing that.
People don't even fucking want their kids on the internet at all. Most celebrities are very careful about when they post their kids. You're gonna post my kid online on purpose and show his hairstyle. You evil. You knew what you was doing. You evil. You a
That's
evil
what I'm saying.
bitch.
Oh, go ahead.
You a evil, ugly bitch. And that's evil. You cross the line on that one. In my opinion, you cross the line. Cross the line, and ain't no get back, ain't no take backs. I'm now I see red. Now I do believe that you have to control yourself. So I understand what Slimmy is saying. But what I am saying is you can't say that the anger ain't unjustified.
All right. So there, if you guys are living under a rock, you all know that Offset and Stefan Diggs were getting into it a little bit. Stefan's now dating Cardi B. If you notice, their son has matching braids, so I think, and I don't know if you guys seen the tweet that Offset did, I'll pass, and then Stefan Diggs caught the pass on his Twitter.
Yeah.
So, so I'm going to ask these are two questions. When is it too soon to introduce your kids, and was Offset wrong for his anger?
Can I go first and then get out the way?
Go ahead.
Oh man, I'm itching, but you go ahead.
No, I was like, oh, let me go real quick because I don't have kids.
Wrong.
I just want to say it's how you left the relationship. It's how you left it. If you did something dirty or whatever the case may be, that's the way you gonna get treated. The way you left the relationship, how you left it, that's how she gonna do you. You a stand-up dude doing what you supposed to do. A lot of times, like we put all these BS broads in the pool with the good women. You know what I mean? So if you left the relationship, you was cheating, you was stepping out, doing what you were doing, this, that, and the third, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna catch that flag, and she gonna be looking for somebody to replace you for the things that you weren't doing. So at the end of the day, bro, how you left it, you left her desolate, whatever the case may be, you're gonna get what you gave. It is what it is. Now, do I say bring them kids around a new dude? If y'all in it for the long haul, if you see that, you can't tell in the beginning stages. It seems like it's going to be forever. Some things don't seem like it's going to be a short term. Y'all going to break them and whatever. But at the same time, yeah, you're right. Don't involve the kids. But at the end of the day, they at the house with you. What you gonna get a sitter every time the buddy want to come through and say what's up? Or you gonna get a sitter every time you got to go out and go see buddy? You always with your kid. Good mamas who go to work and come home, they with their kid. The kid's at the house. You know what I mean? It's like it is what it is. You're gonna put, man, I don't know. I'm not a woman. I'm not a woman, so I don't know nothing about that. But you know what I'm saying? Me, myself, 9 times out of 10, if you say you got kids, now this is a celebrity relationship that we discussing right now. But if you say you got kids, and if I see her, because a man gonna know in that short term of time, if he said, man, I want to be around Shawty, I want to be with Shawty, whatever the case may be, I'm gonna want to meet your kid. It is what it is.
Well,
I'm gonna want to meet your kid.
I think we all know Cardi B was being a little petty. She was being a little petty.
A little,
you know, just a little bit, you know. Maybe some healing needs to happen there. You know, once you are a healed person, it won't even affect you anymore. So And Cardi B, we've all been there. You just want to give it to him a little bit. I understand, because I don't think when she first started dating Stefan D, she was like, oh, this we in it for the long haul. I don't think that's what it was at all. I think it was, oh, this is my chance to get back at him, you know. But I'm not a mother, but I don't know that I would trust a man around my young children like that soon. But celebrities, you know, it might be a little different situation. But I don't know, with all this stuff happening to people, children, and I mean, one time I was in Walmart with your kids, David, and I almost had an anxiety attack because I was like, Lord, I gotta keep these babies close to me. Anybody can just come in, you know, and they like to twirl around and play with the little dolls. And I'm just like, I'm about to have a, you know, and these not even my kids. So I don't think I would bring people around my children that soon. But I think she just wanted to be a little petty. So, you know, let her have her little petty moment. It's just some braids, that's all.
You going D or take which one of y'all are going?
I'll go. I got a few things. One, this is a whole totally different relationship. First of all, Stefan Diggs is a football player. That's a young man. If that young man's like football, remember where he was at. He was at a football camp too. Remember that. They have a lot of these football camps, which if he was out there, he was participating, he might like football. That might be another reason. What if this child said, hey, Stefan's cool. When he met him, he saw he's a football player, saw his braids and was like, hey, I really like those braids. Can I get them?
Natural.
And then
you know what? That's another way to think about it. See, she probably wasn't being petty.
No, she was being petty, but
absolutely,
it's just some things that I see that are a little bit different. But I will say, Stefan Diggs is messy. We know from the NFL crew and everything, because they did a segment in Minnesota. Who would you not let your sister date? And it was Stefan Diggs unanimously. So that's the first.
And it
thing.
was fast.
Right? Yeah, it wasn't no. Let me think about it. Stefan Diggs. That, you know, that's how it was. The third thing I would say is, I am very protective of my kids, to the extent where we went into Home Depot and the young lady was like, hey, how much will it cost for me to take your kid? And I told her a body bag, because that's where you go be if you keep on asking me stupid questions. But in the same sense, being a celebrity is so much different than being just us. While we are allowed to be protective, they don't get that same protection because they're out and about. People want to take pictures. They make their money online with Instagrams and things of that nature. Offset, he has a right to be mad, but you know what Willie D say? Let a hoe be a hoe.
Hey,
I'm clutching my pearls. Oh. that was harsh.
That was on both ends.
What he said, she's an angry, evil bitch. I said, oh.
Not necessarily. I'm not necessarily saying he too. Let a hoe be a hoe. God let them. They both out here doing shady stuff to each other. God let hoes be hoes. You can't be mad. You can't be mad where you doing some hoe shit and then somebody come back and do some hoe shit to you. You can't be mad. It is what it is.
Look who you were married to. Look who you were married to. She started in the strip club, Kim. Come on now. So at the end of the day, you already know what you're dealing with. I ain't trying to say Cardi B was like that, because you know, from what I've seen her grow into this superstar that she is now, she ain't been no hoe.
Nah, bro.
She
said she robbed people while she was doing fallacious things.
That's the hustle. That's the young hustle. That's the hustle, Pimp. Hey. Some people started out selling dope, giving heroin and crack to the pregnant women on the street. You know what I'm saying? And now they're billionaires, Fortune 500. Everybody got their start somewhere, but at the end of the day, I've never heard that she was being, all right, let's just say she had a lot of industry dick. How about that? When she got with Offset, she was with Offset, and she ended up marrying Offset and having kids from Offset. Since in the beginning, she wasn't with nobody else but Offset. So since she been in the industry, she been with Offset. You know what I'm saying? So you did what you did, player. So you did what you did. You stepped out. You did whatever you did, whatever the case may be. I don't really know the whole damn story, but you stepped out enough to make this young lady leave you. You got a dog. You already in the limelight. You already got bread. I mean, you already had all these hoes on the road, bro. You still thirsty, bitch. You still thirsty. You still out here thirsty. Now you got churn. You got churn involved now. So what you gonna do, cuz? You making these dumb ass mistakes and you got them churn involved, man. You got to think, you got to be wiser when you got kids involved, man.
I thought the braids were cute, by the way.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead, David. Go ahead, David.
All right.
So I'm just saying, man, like, damn, man, this shit crazy, man. This celebrity.
A woman who's been cheated on quite some time. Okay. Now I'm just
okay. So
go there.
First, since they musicians, the song I think about to describe them, or at least the advice, would be International Players Anthem.
Yeah.
Now everybody's verse on that song is about relationships. You know, Andre verse is about marriage, or finally finding the right woman. Pimp verse is about taking a simp girlfriend.
Yeah.
Bun is about pimping, but this Big Boy verse though is the one that I didn't appreciate until I got older, until I had friends in this situation. That one's about choosing who you have kids with.
Yeah.
So when y'all asked me what was the key to my success in terms of marriage, first thing I said is the foundation.
Yeah.
I don't know, but all I know about Cardi B, I didn't even know she stripped because I ain't pay attention. But I knew she was on Love and Hip Hop. I'm gonna be real with you, that's a red flag for me. The fact that you was on that show. Offset, he a rapper. You know what time it is when you're dealing with a rapper. So I'm gonna start with Offset now. Bruh, you was with her. You could have had a family with your kids. You did what you did. You stepped out. Once you step out, you understand you opening yourself up to, okay, she ain't dead. She gonna find somebody else, and you ain't got no say so on who she find. And you can't assume that she's gonna choose an honorable man that's gonna respect the fact that, hey, this is a delicate situation. There's kids involved. Some guys are assholes. And from what I seen about Stefan D, he an asshole.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, they was out and about while she was like 8 months pregnant.
Yep.
So that tells you a lot. The fact that you getting with her while she pregnant, okay. We already said that all his teammates was like, nah, I wouldn't want that dude dating my sister. All his teammates. I think 53 out of 55.
No, seriously.
And one of the 55 was him, by the way. So that means one teammate said no. And now on Cardi B end, yeah, you might have got cheated on, but you got to understand, you playing with somebody's child, and this can get ugly. This can get ugly. And on Stefan D's end, let's do the positive. Let's say that boy was just looking up like, I like his braids. As a man, if I was in that situation, I would sit that boy down and say, hey, I appreciate that you like my braids. Maybe we can do something similar. But your daddy's gonna see this. And at the end of the day, you always gotta respect your daddy. So out of respect for your daddy, you can't have that. Because it's important to tell these kids no, if that was the case. So if you really want to step in and be that kind of figure, teach that boy some respect. And tell that boy, nah, you can't do that. But it's a messed up situation. Y'all really hit all the points already. It's a messed up situation. All three of them foul.
David, let me ask you a question, man.
Shoot.
Let's say Stefan Diggs went in there and he was being a model citizen at first. And then Offset hit him with the, hey, dog, you talk to my girl and you got my kids around you. And, he starts saying some fly stuff, Y'all know how it go. You know how it goes. So you go tell me if you had the opportunity and that young kid said, hey man, I like your braids and I would like to have some. I'm probably gonna have the biggest smile on my face and be like, well, let's put them on you. I'm just saying, I'm not saying it's correct, and I understand exactly where you're coming from, but we talk about three scandalous individuals. Three.
But also,
all
y'all,
three of them.
it's braids. I mean, Stefan Diggs ain't making a choice in what school he finna go to.
Nah.
He ain't.
I'm a barber, so most kids when they do see their idol on TV,
Yeah.
they get a chance to run into their
How
idol.
old is the little boy?
They want that same haircut. They
Like
gonna want that
five?
same.
Five or
Oh,
six?
he's 5. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you know how many kids come in
He
there
might
and want
he
to
might
pack
be
them
like, oh, that's
home?
the football player. Oh,
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. If I'm
it's
correct,
very well possible that and then Stefan Diggs being the person he is, like,
okay,
yeah,
okay,
that nigga was
okay.
talking slick to me anyway.
I was playing devil's advocate, but we know she did that shit on purpose.
Yeah.
We all know. Can we be?
100%.
Can we all be unanimous and say the shit was done on purpose?
Well,
I
I'm gonna
know
just
it
say
was
this.
done on purpose.
yeah. I'm with you.
So, but the question you asked if it was me, I'm gonna tell you, I spend most of my life trying to avoid the BS.
Yeah.
So for me, that would be a no. But
Oh,
like I say,
I'm throwing
with
shit with shit, bro. I'm just being honest, man.
I appreciate it, but I that's tough. That's tough, man. That's tough.
They hit them daddies in the chest, boy.
I hate to say it, man. Alyssa might enjoy this part. I hate to say it, but this goes back to that other video, man. Are men worth believing in? We are seeing two bad examples.
Oh, horrible.
Two bad examples of two men. Let me explain myself. The first example is Offset. We all know Offset history of cheating on her. He went on his concert on her concert on stage, apologizing to the public. At that point, when you chose to do that, Offset, you should have made that woman your wife and been faithful from that point on. Secondly, Stefan Diggs, he's the problem with the dating world because you're lying to this woman who you know you're not going to be with long term. And you're not going to be with her long term, and you're willing to affect her son's life.
Do you think he's lying to her about that though?
Bro, he is not finna be with that lady.
Is
I
he
don't
telling
think
her?
he
You think
lied
he's
to her,
telling?
though.
Well, I'm saying, do you think he's telling her that they gonna be together forever?
No, don't nobody.
Maybe those other women, but I don't think Cardi B is like.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna go back to what Plug said. She ain't been around as
True,
much.
it probably is more pettiness going on.
As much as anybody else, the women in the industry. And I think once she became available, like there was a lot of dudes who really wanted to talk to her when she became available.
sure.
Like really, and he just happened to be the one she got with first. So
Now, Dave, you said you seen her on Love and Hip Hop. You know she was being faithful to a nigga that was locked up
In jail, yeah.
Oh, what?
So she pretty much on the epitome of Oh damn.
Okay.
Cuckoo.
Oh, she was awesome on Love and Hip Hop, though. Man.
Yeah, she was faithful to a dude that was locked up. She wasn't hollering at nobody on
She
the show.
was.
Okay.
So she to me, what she projected to me ain't nothing like the music. It's always been, you know what I mean? She been a stand-up chick. Like she was faithful to Buddy until she got with Offset.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he did something while he was in jail that made the girl leave him anyway.
Yep.
And then she started messing with Offset. She been with Offset her entire career.
Because she didn't start talking to Offset until she called it off with the dude that was in jail.
Yeah, that's crazy, but so her ain't too scarred.
Okay, hey, I don't follow that heavy, so I didn't know that.
She been decent. That's why I said this is to me. I hate to say it, but it falls on the man.
Yeah. But you know what, Norris? It also goes back to that question about why Black women, when asked, do we want to get married? I do think that it has a lot to do with the men that, that causes women to not even believe in the institution of marriage anymore.
It take time, man. It take time, though, man. It take time. It take time. to figure out people, to learn people, because a lot of people just haven't been taught much. You know what I'm saying? These mothers are young, these fathers are young. You know what I mean? They're growing up while they're trying to raise kids.
Yeah,
They gotta learn, grow, and get grown. You know what I mean?
Grown.
So everybody just learning on the whim.
Yeah, but
know,
like let's what
We
Uncle
can't-
Puck said. No, what Uncle Puck said is true. In the aspect of growing up being famous with kids, like that's a little bit different, bro. I don't know if I could do it. I'm just being honest. Noise. I don't know if I could do it being famous. Everybody want to take a picture of you. Everybody want to be around you. Every little thing that you do, and you have kids.
Those things are uncontrollable, but she could control the controllables.
No, agree.
Not bringing another man around your child can be controlled. Like y'all acting like this is something out of Rockstar. They're a celebrity. It don't matter who you is. Everybody got a kid know how to, like, you shouldn't be bringing a person around your children. Plus, y'all not even really fully divorced yet. Like, y'all should be having these conversations. Again, it goes back to the conversation.
Because that's an imprint on those kids.
Yeah,
I gotta say this.
I tell y'all when the season starts,
with the things that she says or things that she does, why don't you have your children? Because you ain't on tour, you ain't making no music, you ain't doing nothing.
They talked about that. It wasn't his, like, they already got it set up, like who's gonna have.
It was her turn to have.
Like, you can't.
Yeah, but we not gonna talk about how petty he was either, or are we just we just gonna keep that quiet?
There's pettiness.
He had a family picture where he made sure he left the kids out and had his other kids in the picture. That's petty, bro. That's petty too.
Lame,
he just recently did that.
Lame, man.
Where he took a family picture and he made sure he left out Cardi B kids out of the picture.
And the sad thing is, as a celebrity, it's being played across, and those kids are gonna grow up and see that.
Yeah,
that's it's the same thing with the Halle girl and DDG.
Oh, DDG.
Whatever his name is. It's just horrible to see that play out because you got children involved.
But do you really think they did some shit together that the kids gonna see? They were fucking on live. What you mean? like y'all really think?
But still, I just hate that. I just hate anytime celebrities have feuds with their children and people are speaking on that. Like I just hate that. I
don't like anybody that use the kids.
Yeah.
In their little games with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and these are the red flags y'all were talking about, right?
Right.
Biggs is showing his red flag.
We know. Yeah.
He's showing you right now.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna choose my ego over protecting you and your children. He's showing it right now.
I would have squared up on him already.
Like,
but he in the locker room though, bro.
What you mean he in the locker room?
Man, them boy ruthless in that locker room. But you know how it was in the locker room, man. You need
that okay? So we okay in this?
Hey, listen. Yes, I am. I'm gonna stand on it. Yes, I am, sir. I'm gonna stand on it.
All right, Kendrick Lamar, get in the camera. Get in the camera.
Or you think I give a damn, boy? You think I give a damn, boy?
I agree.
Yeah, I did what you saying, April. But damn it, they down. You know what? they down. Yeah, they down.
But this is one thing I would say.
Hey, you ain't want to smoke, bro. Your ass should have been out there in the field, nigga. You should have been in the field. You should have been. One thing I would say
about Offset, and this ain't necessarily the same thing, but bruh, BS like this is, from what I heard, is what got Takeoff killed. And that just happened. Bruh, you should be with what happened in your family, because that's family. He wasn't just somebody you was rapping with. That's your family. When somebody that in your family, in the industry, who you was close with, died over nothing, you should be the last one.
Yeah.
To make
getting involved in some BS like this.
Yeah. Something, and like you say, some things you as a man, you just don't even let it get you out of your character. You just gotta ignore it. You just gotta move on. You know, yeah, she okay, take that one on the chin. All right, she got you.
Or address it behind the scenes. Don't
Right.
address it on social
Yeah.
media.
How old is everybody on this panel? Is everybody
I'm 35.
35 or better?
He the youngest.
35 or better?
Yeah.
I told you don't develop that type of shit until you get older. These boys young,
How
man.
old are they?
They don't develop
They
that.
in their 30s.
That right there, that dirt off your shoulder. When Jay came out with that song, that nigga was over 30. That nigga was old, man. That nigga was old, man. You can't just brush it off like that when you
You
young.
can't.
Like
It's a very
you
special
you
skill.
gonna clap back. D, you know you gonna clap back. D, you like, man, I ain't on that type of thing. Man, fuck that nigga, man. That's what you
Right.
gonna be on. You gonna be like, man, fuck that nigga, man. Hey, what you say, G? You want to get some bread like mine? All right, I'm gonna pay for it.
This is
I'm gonna tip big. I'm gonna tip big. He talking about I pass. You pass.
Stefan D is 31.
This is
And now she with somebody who just signed 16 million on top of whatever money he had, and now he got a broad that got bread already. And was he asking for spousal support?
yeah.
Nigga, you know what you look like? Asking for spousal support on top of her dating a dude that just signed for 16 million on top of whatever he had. That boy had 2 big contracts from Buffalo to Houston.
It's his due process.
Way to bring it back around.
That nigga ass was
Like
I wouldn't even comment on nothing if I'm asking.
Let him have his day in court, baby. Let him have his day in court.
I ain't saying nothing.
You like that, man? You like that?
If I'm over here fluffing my pocket, I'm asking for my broad money.
It's his
and I'm
due
fluffing my
process,
pocket.
man.
Well, I ain't got nothing to say on the internet.
He has his date in court.
In your Trump's America, he doesn't. He just gonna snatch his ass.
Okay, hold on. So which one you saying get the due process right now? Because I think Offset ready to bring the Marines
Offset to the front of the conversation.
Offset ain't going to court.
Offset breaking the Marines in. Huh? In that thing.
Yeah, I guess he was like Papoose. He wrote some of them rhymes, huh? He wrote some of them rhymes.
He ain't like Papoose. Don't do that.
And then ask for no production. He didn't get no production credit. So he said, I wrote all these rhymes that got you all this money, so that's why I want spousal support. I want my bread back.
Is everybody good, y'all? We got 2 more topics. I want to hit y'all. Everybody good?
I'm good.
Oh, yeah. We had a good time on that one.
Okay, no, everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna go on to this next topic. Talking about are men visual creatures? Let's see what he got to say here.
A physical attraction in the beginning, because we can turn that off if a chick brain don't match her motherfucking body. Like at the end of the day, I said, what good is a broken Bentley? Yeah, you got the body of a Bentley, but your engine going, your transmission going, and what your engine and your transmission is your mind and your motherfucking heart. Your heart in the wrong place and your mind in the wrong place, and we not going nowhere. So who the fuck wanna sit down and lay up with a fucking broken Bentley? Yeah, you can show it off. Yeah, I got a Bentley, but when a motherfucker like, where's that Bentley taking you? This Bentley is taking me nowhere because it can't fucking go nowhere because why? It's a broken fucking Bentley. So yeah, we visual in the beginning to be like, yeah, I just grabbed a bent, but if the bent don't work, then it's worthless. And I think that they overlook that part because society makes it like, oh, men are visual creatures sexually to an extent. Yeah, we like the Bentley, but a nigga is not going to be dapping this man up for buying a Bentley with a blown engine. We're going to call him a dickhead. You're a dickhead. That's some dickhead shit. Like, what are you doing with that $250,000 car that can't go nowhere? Like, so where though for them, they would just be like, all right, well, we could take pictures in front of it. We can still post up on it. We don't think like that. So trying to give us that visual like stamp, we not visual. Like we might, it might catch our eye, but it don't keep our heart. And for them, that shit will literally lock them in and take them through a line of delusion, because if they can play that perception deception game, they'll do it all day and tomorrow. Fuck it, just roll the bitch down the hill, take a picture over here, roll it back up the hill. They ain't gotta know that it don't move. We actually give a fuck about shit like that.
Get it fixed one day.
I get it fixed one. Nah, I need this shit to work. All right, don't fucking. It's worthless.
Right. So what do you guys think? We're gonna have to let Alyssa go first. So the question is, are men visual creatures? But he also spoke about what is the woman once the visual is done. Like once you recognize the physical is there, nothing else keeps a man there outside. You got to have something else to keep a man there. What are your thoughts?
I think it kind of depends on that man and where he is in his life. Like, what is it that particular man is looking for? But yes, I do believe most, I'm not going to say all, I think all, I mean, yes, physical is the first thing that's going to catch your attention. It's going to attract you, but it depends on what type of man he is and where he is in his life as to, if he's going deeper than that. Is he going, underneath the surface? Because I mean, social media is a huge example of that, following all the women with the Instagram model bodies. And that's why so many women feel so insecure, because they feel like they need to look like the Instagram model so they can keep the man or get the man or whatever like that. So physical is that first thing. Absolutely. I agree.
What about you,
Well,
gentlemen?
well, so I want to make sure I understood exactly what he was saying. Was he saying like once you get past the physical, was he talking about like if a woman's been with a bunch of guys, or just talking about like her personality, or just like everything else that comes with it? I was a little confused on what he meant.
I think what he was trying to articulate is that women have it all. They have it all. They don't have it all figured out. When they think men are all about the physical aspect, but then he was saying if the woman has no substance, it doesn't matter about the
Yeah,
physical, because the physical is only the initial thing that you get. You know what I mean?
And David,
yeah,
what I was saying was, I think it depends on the man and where they are in their life. Because some men might just want the trophy. They might
yeah,
just want the physical
yeah,
show. They
yeah.
might not be trying to go deep.
Yeah, so that really depends on like what you're looking for. Are you, like you said, are you looking for a trophy, or are you looking for a partner? If you're looking for a partner, I saw a meme this years ago, maybe like 12, 13 years ago. It had like a woman, nice body, pretty face, she on the beach, and it said somewhere there's a man that's sick of her shit. Just to and because but that's real. Cause like y'all know when I use everybody here knows basketball, right?
Yeah.
Y'all remember when the Celtics fired Ime Udoka?
Mhm.
And a lot of guys are like, man, he's on knee alone. Who is he? And I told all my guys, I bet she ain't got nothing on knee alone. But that's because he been with knee alone for as long as he have been. Whatever it was, whatever he was getting from her in the beginning, that then wore off, and now he looking at this up and he looking at this other thing. So you definitely have to have some substance, because especially if we talking long-term relationship, marriage, and things like that, if you watching this and you don't know, you ain't gonna be having sex every day.
Tell them that. Tell them
Like, when you first get together, you trying to get it whenever you can.
that.
You know what I'm saying? After a while, you have to want to kick it with that person. You have to want to talk to her. You have to want to eat dinner with her, or him, for the ladies. You have to want to actually be with that person. So yeah, that physical wears off real fast.
Yep, I agree. What about you, Plug? What you think?
Do you hit some points? The Yeah, I've been let me be real. I've been active since I was 13, 1993.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But ain't who, that ain't no excitement no more. Man. You gotta have some character. I look at character. I like the way she command the room. You know what I'm saying? I like the way she command attention. So I like how she can be I can get her to be in her femininity. Um, I like the way her servitude. Her servitude is important, and just the way respect, a mutual respect. Um, how she cares for me. You know what I'm saying? That the way she cares for me make me want to. I'm a great reciprocator. You care for me, I'm gonna care for you. So it's I've had put no number on that. Had women before. That
Good choice. Good choice.
that shell. That shell was quite lovely. You know what I'm saying? Thicker than a snickle. You know what I'm saying? Dimples and all. You know what I mean? But that bitch was shit. You understand me? I'm talking about it know nothing. Like ain't good for shit but fucking. That's it. But she belonged to the streets. You understand? And now it's all about, as I got older, it's all about, character. Definitely character and servitude and like a teammate, a friend, dog. Like that's my dog. Like when somebody asks me that, man, that's my dog. You know what I'm saying? Like most people say, oh, that's my girl. or that's my lady. But where I'm from, when somebody say, "Oh, that's my old lady," she there for the long haul. You know what I'm saying? Like one of these days, but she gonna get it. You feel me? Like she gonna get that thing. She gonna put a ring on it. You know what I'm talking about? And it's like it's more character. It's definitely character based. That Bentley shit, where you talking about that exterior, that shit fade with time.
Mm-hmm.
That gut will get swole up, and titty gonna get saggy. You know what I'm saying? That booty gonna get all that in it. Don't worry about all that. But that's my dog. I'm still see her the way I saw her when I first met her. You know what I'm saying?
Alyssa, do you think? Because this goes back to the conversation we were having that weekend. Do y'all feel this is one of the barriers for African American women? Because we all know black don't crack, right? Like a black woman can be 50 and look like she like 32.
Damn right.
So do y'all feel that sometimes you continue to only get men only attract to you because of the physical and you keep meeting the wrong person?
Well, I'm sorry. Go ahead, listen. I think that question was directed to you.
You muted, listen.
So you're saying, you were asking, do black women feel like we only meet men
What's up, Freezy?
that are attracted to us physically? And then, wait, I didn't understand the question. Tell me that one more time.
So, and like we know they say, black don't crack, right?
Mm-hmm.
So black women age very well.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel sometimes that ageless beauty could sometimes be your barrier to finding the right person? Because
Well,
maybe first for the visual, and then I think women look for the visual too. Not just, I don't think it's just a man thing.
I think men are going to look at that visual a little bit more than when a woman gets a certain age and she done dealt with enough foolishness and enough foolery, then she's going to start thinking like, okay, because I used to be a very shallow person and only just looking at the physical, and that's probably why I'm still single. But then I realized like you got to go deeper than that. You got to ask the questions, and you got to see, okay, how does this man treat his mama? How does this man treat this person? How does this man take care of this? Do he take care of his kids? You got to start asking all those questions. But I don't think a black woman's ageless beauty affects them. I think is sometimes we have to look within ourselves and ask, okay, are we ignoring red flags? Are we doing the work to really find a partner? Or do we just want our Stefan Diggs for right now? You know what I'm saying? And it just depends on like, I'm gonna put some responsibility on women as well, because you choose what you're not changing. So if you are choosing to stay in a situation that is unfavorable to you, then maybe it's not unfavorable to you. Maybe you just enjoy that toxicity. I don't know. But no, I don't think a woman's physical attributes is gonna prevent her. I think when she gets mature enough to know signs and to trust her discernment and to look, know what she want out of a man, I think that's where she'll be.
Hey Dave, who get the plate first in your house?
So my house is a little different actually.
Probably them children.
I do most of the cooking. I was talking to my sister about this maybe about 2 weeks ago. I'm a lot like my dad in a lot of ways that I didn't even realize. This also touches on what we were talking about with Stefan Diggs and then with the kids. You kids pick things up. So a lot of times I get mine last, mainly just because I'm cooking, and as I'm cooking, I fix everybody else. And then my wife, she works retail hours. So sometimes she don't get home till 9, 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
So, but if we together, yeah, she'll give me mine first, if that's what
D
you ask.
and D, you get your plate first. I know
Yeah, yeah. My wife, it's kind of like David's. When my wife cooks, yeah, she usually gives me my plate first. When I'm cooking, it's the kids and then her, and then I usually eat last. So yeah, that's how it goes.
Yeah. I think the servitude portion of black women, I think that's, I think that may be the issue. just a servitude. You know what I mean? Like that one part, I don't even like Tyler Perry like that, but that one, I don't watch none Tyler Perry shit. But this one movie I watched.
You talking about Straw?
Did y'all see? Yeah, I haven't watched the new one yet.
When they said no, I don't watch any with that bullshit. And
Straw
and when
is good though. It's
I heard
good,
this was
David.
I hear you,
It's
I
good.
hear you, I hear you, I hear you. What he said, then she said, you can just fix that man a plate. You know what I'm saying? Like, fix that man a plate. He go through all this hell out here where they treat him less than a man. The least you can do is come and fix that man a plate. You know what I'm saying?
Donnie J?
You know, it's a lot of women that, I mean, it's more than most that don't believe in that type of servitude.
You know what? I'm gonna jump in real quick. I'm not gonna say they don't believe in it. It's gonna go back to what I said, I think last week, is masculine energy. I'm not calling women masculine, but is understanding the difference between masculine and feminine energy. Masculine energy is energy that gives action, energy that executes, energy that's like, I'm gonna take care of it, I'm gonna do it. And I feel like so many women, because the roles have just shifted, the family structure have just changed. So many Black, I don't even know if it's just Black women, but I think women have had to take on a masculine energy more, and then they get so caught up into it that they forget, oh, I should be leading with my feminine energy.
Yeah, but if she was fixing a plate and it was just a bunch of kids in the house, she got to feed the kids, and she got to she feeding the kids and putting a plate on the table.
I
don't think she's thinking like that though. I think she's thinking like, okay, the kids got to be taken care of, but I don't think it's intentional. I don't think it's an intentional thing, and it's something that you have to be reflective on, and you have to recognize it. Because I didn't even recognize it within myself until my last relationship that did not work out. I was able to see in so many modes where we bumped heads, because masculine energy and feminine energy is going to balance the relationship out. But if you got two people trying to be masculine, you're going to keep bumping heads. But if I don't even recognize that in myself, I'm not going to think I'm the problem. I'm going to think I'm doing everything right. I'm going to think, oh, I'm trying to help you out. I'm trying. And it's like, no, that's not your role. Let me do my part and you do your part. And I'm not talking about taking out trash and nothing like that. I'm talking about the difference between those energies. Feminine energy is fluid. It's not rigid. It's not aggressive. It's receiving. And I know for me, and conversations that I've heard with some other women who didn't even realize that, they lead so much that they don't even realize. And then after this last relationship, I sat back and I was like, because I'm not in my brain fog anymore, and I can finally pay attention to what this man was trying to tell me, not coming from a negative standpoint, but just trying to constructively tell me, like, baby, let me lead. I got it.
So let me tell you something on that.
Okay.
So if a lot of people think that I have some of those issues in my relationship. Some people try to tell me I should change things up, but with me and my household, when I do what I'm supposed to do, my wife automatically falls in line.
And see that, but you cooking, that's not feminine energy.
No.
Oh, okay.
Hell no.
I'm a better cook.
I see what Lissa said. Lissa said that a lot of things that men do that people feel are gender roles because people switch it up with the word feminine energy.
Yeah.
I get exactly what you
and that's not what I'm saying.
No, you're right.
Energy is leading, it's dominant, it's rigid, it's aggressive. Feminine energy is like Claire Huxtable to me. It's like she can command a room without even saying something, she don't have to raise her voice. She don't have, and feminine energy is receiving. It is soft, and that's, and I feel like especially for me, and it took me, I'm 44 years old, but it just took me to realize, like, so many times in my relationship, I was masculine energy. Yeah. And that's why I kept bumping heads.
Do you know that, like, most of the feelings...
I'm sorry, David, I'll let you finish. I didn't mean to put you...
No, it's all good.
Most of the things that you feel, like these emotions, like, say respect. Respect is felt as well. That's an energy that's being felt as well.
Absolutely.
When she walks into the room, let's just say my partner's sitting on the couch, and this lady happens to be mine, walk in the room, and I'm telling these boys how wonderful she is. I'm telling her all the attributes and this and that and third. They're going to wait to see these attributes in her. So when she walks in, it's going to be certain level of respect that's going to be felt. So that what you're feeling, like all of that is a feeling. Like most of the dudes, like say the dude that, let's say Noah walk into the shop. Noah said, I got respect for him. He already know that. So when he walk in, no matter what's going on, it'd be like kind of a tunnel vision, because he know when my boy walking, I see him walking in the door, and I hit him with the "What's up, boy?" He put that same damn smile on. He put that same damn smile on. Everybody just instantly, "Oh, what's up, bro? What's up, bro? What's up, bro?" It just happens. That respect is the energy as well. That respect is also energy. So that you feel it, don't you know, when you walk in?
Yeah,
you know what it is. It's like that. So that type of energy, that leadership you're saying is masculine and it's dominant and it's this and that and the third, like that right there. I ain't even gotta be like that for it to be. You know what I mean?
But I feel because this and y'all let me land so it makes sense. I think this, April, I hear what you're saying, but I think this is where the problem starts with this type of statement. It says a man that leads properly in his masculinity allows a woman to be soft and feminine in her femininity. For some reason, I don't know when women started to feel, because when I think of femininity, I think of submission or being submissive. I never understood when women started to think that was an option to bring to the table when a man is acting a certain way. If you are a feminine woman, be a feminine woman. And if that man doesn't lead you, leave him. Like I think we start to get into all this. If a man don't lead properly, well, how long you gonna take to feel that this man don't lead properly, and are you really bringing soft energy or soft femininity? Because a woman should be submissive. Like that's what a woman is built to do. That a woman should bring that anyway. A man can't come to the table and say, "Hey, I'm unemployed. I got no car, no house, and I want you to be my wife." No woman would take that man. But a man has to have everything together to get a woman. But a woman doesn't have to bring anything to the table. You have to earn it as a man. You gotta show me you can lead. You gotta show me this. And it's weird to me because I feel like it's really breaking down the structure of relationships. A woman should be submissive. You should be submissive. You should be a great woman. And don't let a man that hurts you cause you to have to put up these walls to now think that I
guess
can't.
Easier said than done.
Just do it.
So
just do it.
So
it's easier said than done to just let walls down. It is, but it's gonna take both people being able to recognize areas where they might need to compromise, but that takes emotional intelligence as well.
You bring old furniture to a new house?
Yeah.
Some people do. A better saying to be don't put new wine in old wine skins.
You know what I'm talking about? So don't bring no old furniture to the new house, man. Leave that shit where it's at. Leave it at the airport.
Norris.
This is what I'm trying to say though, is that
I agree with you, Norris.
I'm all right. Give me 1 second. I want to say this. This is what I mean by that. I understand that people are going to have walls up, or you might have some insecurities that you might bring into another relationship because of the past, but it shouldn't stop you from your core values. You see what I mean? Like me being a good man, me being a leader, me being a provider are things that I should go into every relationship with. Now, I feel that the one thing that a woman needs to come into every relationship with is her willingness to be submissive and allow that man to prove you wrong. Don't go in there thinking that I just went through this with Jake at State Farm, so I'm gonna go through this with Allen at Allstate. That's not how it works. We have to start, and because that's why I hate when women do that. I dislike it. I won't say hate. Hate is a bad word. I dislike.
But men bring baggage into relationships too.
I'm not saying don't bring baggage, but
when I say baggage, I mean trauma inside. I'm not because I will never call a child or something like that baggage. I'm talking about like internal.
But you can bring trauma, right? I'm bringing trauma, but I'm also bringing my account that got money in it. I'm also bringing my car that transports us around. I'm also bringing a house that I paid for that you can live in. I'm still bringing you the provider items that a man should provide regardless of my traumas. Women seem to take away their submission because of their trauma. And to me, that's not fair to a man because that man never gets an equal chance to love you organically and unconditionally because you come in with all these things hanging you up. And that's why I just dislike those phrases of if a man leads properly. No, woman submits properly. The man should lead. And if he doesn't, you need to lead. Don't give him 6 years because you see that a lot too. People being.
I think the man still needs to come in leading. The man is the thermostat in the relationship. But a woman also needs to understand to balance that out. She has to also come with that feminine energy, which does equals submissive. But then we need to talk about what do we mean by being submissive? Because some people take that term, some men take that term and take it to the extreme. But David, we cut you off.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No.
But I agree with what you're saying.
D2.
So like I said, y'all said a lot of things, and a lot of this I can't relate to because, like I said, so I can't relate to, I'm financially straight coming into a relationship, and now I'm bringing you into mine. So that's just not my experience. So I can't really speak on that. But I can say this, for example, my wife for the last couple of years has made more money than I have, but I can hold her accountable on okay. Let me write down what's gonna be due this month. Okay, we need boom, 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 boom. And if I tell her I need this, and this, even if she push back, she know that she can give me that money. And then when as the man, where she submits is when she do when I tell her I'm gonna do something, I get it done.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that's what makes her submit to me, and then
you bring up a good point. I don't mean to cut you off, but for a lot of women, because your situation is so different. But for a lot of women, they've run into situations where they couldn't trust men to keep their word. So then they're like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it myself. I'm just gonna go get another job myself. I'm gonna go back to school and get an education. I'm gonna go do this so I can make sure my kids have this, that, and the other. Then when they finally meet that man who's like, hey, I'm here to make your life easy. I want to take that off of your load. I don't want you to worry about that. Sometimes that's hard to just trust and believe in that and let that go. And that's where the energy's bumped because that woman don't realize she's leading with something masculine where this man, and that's where, like you said, Norris, I have to give him a chance to show me, you know what I'm saying? Whereas your wife, Tansha, I don't mean to say her name, my bad.
It's okay.
She does that you're going to come through with what you say you're going to do. But that's not the experience for a lot of women.
Yeah.
That's just the honest truth. So they go and do it themselves. And they just take care of this. I'm going to take care of these kids myself. I'm going to get the car fixed myself. I'm going to do this myself. And then they finally meet that man because there are men out there who wants to do that. There are. I've met men like that myself in the past. But I was too strong-headed and I didn't want to let them do it. The only man help me is my daddy. So
you know why, Alyssa? That's why I said women need to be more swift on making decisions. Stop allowing your emotions to feel like, you know what, he showed me in his actions that he can't lead, but I'm gonna give him another chance. But while I give him another chance, I'm gonna go get job number 2. Because
that's the makeup of a woman. We're emotional.
But at that point, you're taking on that masculine side instead of saying, you know what, this is not the best situation for me. Hey, I love you, I care about you, but I care about you enough and myself enough to get out of this relationship and find what fits for me. I think we have to learn how to use our words and communicate. Like, I don't understand how people. I hate when a woman says,
as a kindergarten teacher, that is my number one foundation is teaching children how to identify your emotions, because I realized I didn't know how to do that. Identify your emotions and then figure out a way to self-regulate without being emotional, without popping off and just doing the things. But that takes time, and that takes, for some of us, falling down and bumping ourselves over and over and over again, and then we finally realize, like, oh. So yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that 100%.
You had something, D. My bad, D.
No, you good.
I appreciate you agreeing with me.
I know. I'm sorry.
I would say, it gives a prime example of when I first met my wife. Our kids was in school and she was having car trouble. And she goes, I don't know how I'm going to get my kids. Oh, I got to go get them. I'm trying to get this tire fixed. And she was like totally in an uproar. And I kindly said, relax, you got me. I'll go get the kids. And for that split moment, she paused, realized she had me, and said, okay. And from then that point on, it was, I could do anything. If she felt like she was in a rut or in a moment, she would say, hey, you can help get the kids. And I'm like, yeah, I can go get the kids. So in that same sense, when Nora says, you got to come in with that ability to allow them to lead and be feminine, you have to, because if you don't, you're just going to clash. And it's up to the man, as we bring in what we bring in, the money, the cars, the stability. We have to show that too. And if we don't show that, go ahead and leave. It shouldn't be a long process.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be a long process. It should be, all right, I gave this dude 3 months, 6 months. If he ain't improved from the 3 months to the 6 months, then at that 6 months, you might want to let him go. Because I knew I was going to marry my wife after the first year of us being together. I knew that. It wasn't no question. We laying in bed. I said, hey, would you marry me if I asked you to marry me? And she said, yeah. And then about 6 months later at Disneyland, it happened. So
I tell people this, in a relationship, think about it in fitness standpoint, right? A woman is yoga. It's a fitness that you will do that you'll probably never see any progress physically, right? But it relieves a lot of stress. It helps you flow. It's smooth. A man is a bodybuilder, or he goes to the gym. He works out every day. He has to show actions to show approve to get his that's literally what
masculine and feminine energy.
Yeah, that's literally how I see it. Like, a woman should be doing yoga. The man is over here working it out. You know what I mean? Like, and that workout is going to result. It's going to show the results. You're going to have your six pack. You're going to have your everything. Like, and then the woman's just flowing. It's just yoga. You know what I mean? That's what it is.
Got a question for you.
Yeah.
Did you come up with that on the fly? Or did you already have it wrote down? Because that's
this on the fly. But you know, I work. But you know, I worked mental health for the past.
Oh Lord, look at Classic coming in here.
Here go Classic. Here go Classic.
Classic. We definitely do yoga. Yeah.
Hurricane codes.
Classic, yeah. But yeah, like
they were saying, did you just come up with that, or that's always been?
No, that's just I seen a lot.
I like that one though.
I seen a lot of unhealthy relationships working in mental health, man. And it taught me a lot. And like I tell men, to me, the best thing a man can do is to be even keel, man. Leave your emotions off of it. You need to find somebody that you can truly, I would say, a mentor or somebody you can really talk to. It could be a pastor, whatever you choose, and kind of just stay even keel. A lot of these men are just so emotional, man. They be crashing out. We got a lot of Ryan Clarks around here. A lot of crash out.
So what we're not gonna do with Ryan Clark, because Ryan Clark speaks the truth. Okay.
Let me Norris. If anybody could tell you who was a crash out, it was me. At the beginning of my life, I was a crash out, like for real. He knows. He
David
sees.
said,
Definitely when we
I
Hold
was.
yourselves accountable. I
I
love
was.
it.
I was a crash out. Matter of fact, I was so much of a crash out that when my friends see my wife and they be like, "Hey man, that dude was something else," and she be looking at them like, "What are you talking about?" And
we all was.
And I could agree. I agree with exactly what you said. I learned to be so even keeled now that me and my wife, when we argue, it's not really an argument. It's her talking, and I'll say yay or nay if I agree with it or not, and then we move on. That what Norris said is probably the biggest thing for men is being able to control your emotions to a point where you don't have to yell, you don't have to crash out, you don't have to leave the room. It's showing that you can have a discussion that you might not like and give simple and concise answers and still be good afterwards. That's the perfect way.
Cool. So let's move on to this last topic. Get y'all out. I appreciate y'all tonight, man. I like this.
It's a good conversation.
Yeah, I know we don't feel rushed. I like this. So we're gonna go on to the last one. This might be your favorite, because we keep bringing this up. So let's see here.
Is that the girl, the 48-year-old girl?
Yeah. So we're gonna play this 48-year-old woman. I'm gonna let y'all hear what. Pay attention to the things she says, though. That's the biggest key.
So bullshit, bitch. Oh, my bad. I gotta mute my shit. Hold on.
Of a 15-year-old daughter. There are just some non-negotiables in this dating realm that I'm just not going to deal with. Prime example, dated someone for 2 years. He's 55, I'm 48. Not bad. He's got his life established. I'm doing the same. However, as a single mom, there are things that we overcompensate for. We work our ass off. We never get a break. There's no chill. For these 2 years, and we might have been on and off once or twice, but at this recent moment, you showed me that you're okay with me struggling and you have no desire to step in after 2 years that you're trying to make a life with me and we're going to move in together, but you don't want to step in and help me get myself in a position so we can better ourselves in the future. I watched my daddy do it. I had the right example. He was a man's man. He stood in, he provided, non-negotiable now.
All right. So I'm gonna let y'all go first because I have a big breakdown of it. But he said, "Ain't no breaks in the nose."
Can I go ahead and start off?
Yeah, go ahead, Dad. Go ahead.
We just D, you just talked about this. You give a man 3, 6, 9 months. If it's been 2 years and he showed you he ain't trying to help you, you should have been got the memo on that one. So I mean, I don't really know what else to tell you.
Tell him, Dave.
I don't know what else to tell you. That's it.
She said something that caught my attention.
Okay.
She said something that caught my attention. She said, you don't want to help me, but yet he's about to move in and help her. Like, what? That didn't add up to me. That
she said he watched her struggle and they talked about moving in together.
So if you have your own place and I got my own place, isn't your job to keep up your place until we get together? I'm just asking because.
So I'll go back to what David was saying. If 3 months, 6 months, I mean, hell, not even 6 months. If, you know, in the beginning, I mean, it might take 6 months for people, because sometimes I know people show that, you know, person that they want you to see or whatever. But a true masculine man, he's going to lead, he's going to protect, he's going to provide. And a true masculine man who is emotionally intelligent, who recognizes that this woman is not balancing him out, he's going to be the one leaving. He's going to be the one like, you know what? I don't have time. So if the woman is not doing her part, then that true masculine man, that emotionally intelligent man, not this man who's bitter, and not this, because men can be bitter too. Not this man who's sitting here saying, oh, I ain't taking care of no woman, da, da, da. A true man that wants a woman in his life, he wants her life to be easy. Because Like it's just like what Nara said. He's gonna go out there and be the bodybuilder. He's gonna do the work. He's gonna do the part, and she's gonna bring that soft feminine energy.
It's 2 years. If she's still struggling, then she was struggling before. So I mean, she ain't really helping. It's 2 years. Like some of the things,
like that go back to what David said too. Yeah,
some of the things she's telling you just don't add up. No, I'm not trying to be funny. Just saying. She said I've been struggling over these 2 years, and I'm like,
can I say one thing?
You're right. He does.
And man, goddamn, hey, ain't gotta be damn. So you said a bodybuilder.
Well, I will say this: of all the men I've ever had in my life, they ain't never wanted me to have nothing come hard. They didn't want. They have never. No man has ever just wanted to sit and let something be hard for me. And I ain't saying taking care of me. I'm not talking about taking care of me because I've taken care of myself. I'm just saying.
What he look like?
I'm not playing with Jen tonight.
The only question I have for this woman though is, what exactly does she mean by help her?
Yeah.
Like, are we saying like, you need a couple dollars here and there, you need somebody to help you with the kids, or are you trying to get me to pay your rent?
Yeah.
Well, we don't know what the help could be. The help may not even be financial.
David, what she's saying
I did
is
say pick up the kids. I threw that in there.
But David,
You did.
But David, what she said, David, is she shouldn't even be trying to date because you ain't got your stuff together. You 48 years old. You said he watched you struggle for 2 years. So at 46, you still didn't have your life together. So at 46 years old, you raising a child on your own. Where's the father? Because that means the father
probably got tired of the struggle too.
That means the father don't want to deal with you.
We're not gonna laugh at this young woman.
No, she's trash.
We are not gonna call her trash.
Listen,
we don't have to call her trash.
Listen, you almost made me mad because you got your life together. See, even when you were dating, you always had your life together. You always been a career woman. You can't compare to this lady. This lady is trash. This lady is telling you at 46 years old for 2 years, she chose to lay up with a man and thought it was okay to play house. But then he see you struggling. That's why he don't want you.
Yeah.
That's what I was. That's what I was about to say.
What about a man providing? That doesn't mean that a man should walk into a bad situation.
Agreed. That's what I was about to say. What if she
gonna be a dummy and walk into
what if he helped her once already and she screwed it up?
She's 48 with bad. She got bad.
It is a lot of variables to it, but the 2 year part is telling of it all, and that goes back to that woman. Okay, your non-negotiable is a man who doesn't provide, but you also shouldn't wait that long to realize that this man is not going to be a provider.
Nobody thought she was good enough for 48 years.
Yeah, man,
we can't say that. He might have had somebody that she didn't want.
Hold on now, listen.
We can't call the lady.
Not ganging up on Lissa.
Have non-negotiable boundaries. Now
we are not ganging up on Lissa tonight.
Thank you.
I ain't ganging up on Lissa.
Hold on now. Let me shine a little light on your ass.
This is all on that lady, man.
Let me shine some light on you.
And that means your daddy. That means your daddy was a bad example too.
Yeah.
Come on, I want somebody like my dad. No, bro.
We gotta go back to what Dave said. Dave said, what do she need help or do she need assistance?
That's crazy.
Now, if you need assistance, that means you need me to help you off the court.
Tell them,
now help means I gotta pick your ass up.
That's
and
true.
We gotta carry you to
now,
the
I agree with what Jen is saying. You need to have your life together. So there are some women with all these lists of things and they ain't got, how you say it, a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out.
Yeah, man,
so I will agree, whatever you're putting on your prayer.
When you hungry, you eat whatever.
But here's one other thing, and I don't even think she realized it. She's saying it's a non-negotiable, but she's been dealing with it for 2 years.
For 2 years?
That means it's negotiable as a motherfucker.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Some of the
things she said made absolutely zero sense, bro.
Yeah, so
he watched me struggle. He watched me struggle for 2 years, but you still ain't got better.
And now you're showing a bad example to your 15-year-old daughter.
I ain't gonna help your dog.
And this flowed in perfect because it goes back to the visual concept. This is not a bad looking woman.
No.
She's Asian beautiful. She's an ageless beauty
Yeah, she looks good for her age.
She gonna look good single for
Well,
her.
she might be making some money off of TikTok.
Yeah, I was about to say
she's not at all.
Not
she
yet.
making no money, man. I'm viewing
Not
lower
yet.
than a mother.
She got Tory Burches and things of that nature she's showing.
And we don't know what her definition of struggling is.
Right.
Yeah, what's the definition of struggle? Bro?
But the key
Give me
thing,
an
like
example.
you
What you
said,
think?
2
Hey,
years.
tell me what you think of struggling up.
You struggle for 2 years.
Monies.
Right.
Oh, extra money. The extra money. It ain't just the norm.
But
it's money, man. It's still money, man. It's still money.
A real masculine man, true in himself. I don't care how much money he got. He's gonna want to see. No. Let me finish what I'm saying. Let me finish what I'm saying. A true masculine man, if the woman in his life, regardless of whatever money he got, he's gonna want to do. If he wants that woman in his life, he's gonna do whatever it takes to make sure this woman is okay. Is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
So
regardless.
So should he
put himself in a struggle to
make sure her life is easy?
Yeah, because I'm
he died first. Let me die.
It's like her house is on fire and she wants him to walk into it with her.
Yeah.
Because what have you done? Because I don't care what at 48, y'all. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. If you struggling at 48, you can Google anything you want. You can chat GPT right now how to make $1 million. It'll tell you everything. This is crazy. Come on, y'all. 48.
I think it goes back to, okay, if you truly have non-negotiables, you wouldn't be in something for 2 years.
You shouldn't be having no damn non-negotiables. If you
I just need some more details.
Yeah, we need more details. Well, really, we don't though. Like you said, 2 years? Like,
and think about it. She should have been the one who wanted to give more detail because that made her look stupid.
Right.
Yeah,
2 years, and you're gonna lay up with somebody for 2 years and let him get whatever it is that he's getting.
That's that.
But you over here struggling.
He said, "For
and then we have to really understand also. He 55, she 48.
I was just to say that, David. I ain't know nobody heard his age. Yeah,
they on and off for 2 years. Is he your boyfriend?
No, seriously. That's a good question, David.
I think April said that. April was like 2 years on and off. That's a situationship.
He said, "Jed, he
talking." That's a sugar daddy almost.
Get what he wants.
She allowed him to get what he wants.
Of course. He's only there for the market.
So she's saying she got non-negotiables, but do you really have non-negotiables?
Yeah, like I said, it's negotiable. It seemed negotiable.
Yeah, 2 years worth of negotiation.
And it seemed like he went in the negotiation.
Hey, she let him go. He let her go through her due process.
I will say this: as women, we have to start standing on business. I can attest to that. I have allowed situations. People treat you how you allow them to treat you. So I can attest to situations where I did not stand on business. And I can't sit here and cry with my violin because I chose to stay in something that wasn't favorable to me. So it sounds like she chose to stay in something unfavorable to her.
Miss Alyssa, I don't think there's many women who really stand on business like they're saying. It's a lot of red flags overlooking that we constantly do. So
yeah.
Who win it?
Oh, Indiana by 7 with 35 seconds.
Is this the last? Is this like the end of? Basketball is just, and we can talk about this. It ain't
the same, ain't it?
They don't have that dog in them no more. Like
who ain't got the dog in them no more?
Basketball, NBA, period. They worrying about.
I agree.
What they call it? Player minutes. What is it called? Mental
minutes.
Load
management. Yeah.
Load management. Like what?
What? This was a good one tonight, y'all.
You like sport? Listen, you like sport?
Oh, gee,
what?
Ooh. Oh, you I know what you like. You like the niggas in the
Let me tell you a story. Let me tell you
Like
something real
niggas
quick.
Hold up.
Somewhere
We have our own sports show on for
That
real.
nigga work.
Let me-
That nigga
hold
more
on,
work about that
plug.
Loki
Check
on
this
his
out.
ankle than anything. That's it. Them niggas you be looking for.
But check this out. Check this out. I was too much in my masculine energy with a dude one time over sports because he came to me with it.
Yeah.
And when we was at a restaurant, and when I tell you I went in on him, I'm talking about everybody in the restaurant was listening. They telling me, yeah, we going for her. We on her side. Like everybody was doing like this in the restaurant, just looking.
Yeah.
And I'm just, and I thought we were good. So we finished our little debate, and I was like, I went to the bathroom.
He was mad.
Oh, he left when I came
He was
back.
big. He was big mad.
He left me at the restaurant.
Man.
Hey, that whole family ain't nothing but sport. They all y'all, yeah. They can talk sports with you all day. Like,
yeah. But I just haven't been in the NBA like talking about it because it's just not competitive.
I don't watch sports.
Hey, actually, this year's playoffs was pretty good.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
This was one of the best
after the first round. After the first round.
I enjoyed the first round.
You think so? With all them blowouts?
Rockets and Warriors was pretty
Rockets
fun.
Warriors was good.
Okay.
Okay,
I was rooting for the Lakers to lose, so them getting blown out was a good time.
Minnesota.
Well, out of anything with LeBron losing, I don't like.
Oh, this was the first year for me that LeBron was a Laker, because I ain't know how much I wanted to see him lose with that jersey on till this year. It was a good one this year.
Yeah.
But let me see. I'm trying to think all the first round.
Oh, I used to get fooled with about LeBron James. What?
Yeah.
I don't watch basketball.
I knew the stats.
Yeah.
I watch cricket.
Houston and Golden State was good. Minnesota and Lakers was good.
Okay, so catch me up with the Pacers and the Thunder. Like that's a different finals.
Yeah, man, they down by 6 in the fourth right now.
Yeah, I'm going for the Pacers. So I'm here.
What game is it?
It's game 3.
Oh, game 3. Okay.
Hey, David, let me ask you this question, David. I asked somebody this question. What would Markelle Fultz been if he was willing to keep his shot like Halliburton?
Oh, yeah, man, that's a big deal. I tell anybody, my kids are playing sports now. And, we was going to the park. They was trying to get their jumpers right. And I said, however it feel natural, shoot it like that.
Yeah.
Once you start messing with it, it's a basketball. It's a feel.
Yeah.
And yeah, Markelle Fultz had a lot going on.
What I say, he was the number 1 pick, dog. And
I'm gonna say this. I didn't agree. I didn't agree with him being the number 1 pick, and I got a very simple reason why. If you that guy in college, you should make the tournament. It's enough spots for you to make the tournament.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not asking you to be the number 1, the number 1 seed in your region. I ain't asking you to get to the Final Four. I'm just saying, can you get to the tournament? Maybe get me a game. Yeah. If you can't do that, I'm questioning how you gonna be a player that can walk into the league, and because if you're the number 1 pick, you should be productive year 1
out the gate.
I'm calling it right now, though. I said it already in the plug.
Yeah,
Super flag will be a bust.
Oh, I agree.
I think he'll be good.
No,
it depends on like if you expect him to be a superstar. I don't see that, but I think he's gonna be good.
Listen, I'm gonna be and y'all please don't look at this sideways. There is no Nabisco in the league that's a superstar.
Let me see. You don't think Anthony Edwards is a superstar?
No, I said Nabisco. I ain't say Graham Crawford.
Okay. You got to get me up on the lingo. You got to
white person.
Get me up on that. Okay. I got you.
Ain't now the superstar in the league. I just saw a video today. I'm sorry. I'm wrong. Hey, mute.
Do they have? Are we including the ones that's not American?
I don't think we'll ever allow a European to be a superstar.
Hey, you said it better.
I know what you're saying, because I think we have some, but like I'm gonna say this,
like basketball wise, we got a couple of superstars. But
who's the best player in the league right now?
Best player in the league?
I think that's fluid, man.
Yeah, no, just who you feel. Just who you feel.
Like
I go Giannis.
It goes with IQ.
You go Giannis.
It goes with IQ. It goes with aggressiveness. It goes with like getting the team into the flow of the game. It's a lot of
who
shit.
You have? No, I understand. Who
First
do you
person
have?
come to your name, your
Yeah.
mind.
Shit, none of these soft ass niggas, man.
But somebody got to be the best.
Yeah, in the league right now. Norris?
It gotta be LeBron.
I'm gonna go.
Nah, it's not LeBron.
It gotta
like
be LeBron.
I'm definitely going with LeBron.
Until
like
LeBron
that.
hangs it up, until LeBron hangs it up, he gonna be that guy.
I
He
like
can be the
Norris.
best. Hold on. So are we saying like in terms of star power or as the best player?
Best. All right. Listen.
I knew Coles was gonna say no,
This is me. This is my isolated opinion.
and
This
he's
is my
still
isolated
killing it.
opinion. You have to facilitate. You have to be a scorer. You got to know when to win. You got to know when to get a ball up when you ain't have.
Uncle Quad, we understand. I'm just saying, just name somebody.
Ain't nobody. These niggas soft in hell, man.
It's
Ain't
got to be
nobody
one.
aggressive. Ain't nobody
It's gotta be
aggressive.
one. Mine just,
But out of
mine
all
just-
these soft ass players, somebody got to be the best
Yeah.
one.
somebody got to be the best soft ass player. Who the best soft ass player?
He is no longer the
He
best.
the best soft player. I like AE. I like Ant-Man.
Okay.
I like Ant-Man, but he ain't got it yet. He got that
Is
killer
that the one who paid his
mentality,
baby mama
but he
all
ain't
the
got.
here we
money?
go.
Hey, I
He
love
got that
everything
killer
about Anthony
mentality, but he
Edwards.
got that seasoning, bro.
He said he didn't want no smoke.
He got that. He ain't got that seasoning, bro. He missing something.
I got the European.
He ain't missing anything. Anthony's not. He's not willing to conform. So he's gonna always be that guy. He will never get a ring because he's not gonna go chase teammates. He's not gonna be that guy trying to go get a big 3 or a big 2. That's just not his personality. He that cool guy in school that was
He's
a
just a
dog
hooper.
that he can hoop. He just hoop.
That's it. Yeah, you right.
He's gonna be a great hooper his
The
whole
thing
career.
about him, though,
Go ahead.
one thing I can say without a doubt, he brings the energy he brings. He get the best out of his teammates.
Yeah.
Because I ain't gonna lie, I know Carlin Towns don't play for him no more. But when Towns last year with him, he elevated to. I don't think he would be what he is in New York had not been the last couple of years with Edwards. And Julius Randle was a bust in the playoffs before this year.
I think
bust every year.
I think Anthony Edwards is who we thought Kawhi Leonard was going to be his whole career. They got the ability to make a team go for the runs. He looked up and got a good championship out of Toronto that year. But if you notice,
but it's a lot of cats that ain't gonna get no championship.
I thought Kawhi Leonard could have been better if
Hey,
not for the
the way it's going right now, a lot of guys might get one because we ain't had a repeat champ since like 2018.
That's true.
Well,
so it seems like a lot of guys got a chance
ain't gonna
to
get
one.
no championship. Harden ain't gonna get no championship. Everywhere I'm gonna name these cats. Most of these cats are not gonna get no championship with their style of play, bro. He the closest one. He the closest one, and is the closest one to a championship with the right recipe.
People don't see the LeBron effect though. You won't see LeBron. LeBron is actually he's making the league stagnant right now.
He got to get the fuck on.
Yeah, because it's a lot of it's a lot of moves that would have been done so far. No, I like LeBron. Listen. But I think there's a lot of moves that won't happen until he moves out the way.
You gotta get the
I agree. I agree.
Like, because I think Luka gonna do his thing in LA.
Luka ain't gonna get no damn championship.
I didn't say that. I said he's gonna do his thing in LA.
Everybody gonna do their thing wherever they at. They
got to get LeBron out of there though. He got to go.
LeBron,
I agree.
Hey, speaking of gotta go,
about the expansion tonight. They already talked in the pregame. They talked about.
Appreciate you, David, man.
Hey,
David,
you
gotta keep coming back.
We'll send it to you every time.
Absolutely, keep sending me the links. I'll be in there. All right, y'all take it easy.
For sure, bro. Yeah, man, man. Hey, look. He gotta move on, bro.
I can't wait till we start talking about football. I'm ready.
Oh, you don't want that pressure. You know it's Buck season right now.
Oh, I'm ready. It's
Buck season, baby. I'm just letting you know.
I'm ready. I'm a Cowboys fan, and y'all ain't gonna bother me all year.
Listen, boys, tell them this.
Y'all ain't gonna bother me.
Shoot. Them boys, man.
I'll get mine next time. You know, college football, I'm a fool with it for LSU. I don't care.
You got Stockholm syndrome.
Everything's been good.
You got Stockholm syndrome over there in Dallas, man. Come on over here where it's sunny.
Talking to the guy who took the L, sitting in the Hall of Fame seats with his boy this year.
Who?
You You did. Last year, you took that L. We watched Baker take an L to Cooper Rush.
Man, look, man, and then we went on to the
Okay,
playoffs.
Ravens.
We went
Okay.
on to the playoffs, and y'all
Y'all
had
got the worst quarterback in the league.
I need Lamar Jackson because
We
I've
got
been
the worst
trying
quarterback in
every
the
year.
league.
I'm
The
trying.
Paper said
I'm
the
trying
Ravens.
with Lamar. Get it together.
Lamar done, man.
I'm gonna need you to don't do that, please.
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
Low
Lamar,
key though, low
D.
key. I'm a Cowboys fan. I'm a real
Y'all
outright
already
Cowboys
know.
fan, but low key, I'm rooting for
I wear
Jackson.
they hat with pride.
D,
I put
D and
right.
Alyssa, look, think about this. I walked into Plug's barbershop when I first moved here.
Mm-hmm.
The first week I ever met Plug, I told Plug and the whole barbershop, Lamar Jackson will not get it done this year.
You did.
Plug, did I? No, hold on, Plug. Did I say that? I said it in front of everybody. The first week I ever met Plug, we were talking about football, and they were talking about Lamar Jackson. I said he won't ever win a championship, and I said he was gonna not win last year. Nobody believed me.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm a huge Ravens fan. I've been to plenty of games. I will tell you, that window is 2 years now. It's 2. He has this year and next year. If he doesn't win, and I'm gonna be completely honest, if he doesn't win,
All right, Classic, we finally agree on something.
Chicago, bro. Ain't you up there with them Bears, man? Stick with them Bears, man.
Who?
Go ahead,
You in
D.
a
Go
better
ahead, D.
situation with the Bears than years with the goddamn Cowboys,
I
bro.
want to hear D his soliloquy for Lamar.
So I will say, I'm gonna say this. He has 2 years left. That's it. If they don't win in those 2 years, then he ain't winning one. One, I will say, each year he has proven that he can get better. I'm gonna give you a prime example. Last year when we lost, they were down. He couldn't bring them back. This year they were down. He drove them down the field.
He didn't do anything. Derrick Henry.
No, in this game, he drove them down the field, threw the touchdown to Likely. Old boy catch the touchdown.
What was that they played last year? In
the Bills. It was
Andrew. He threw that badass pass.
It was Josh Davis.
It wasn't a bad pass. He hit him in the chest.
Big for that shit, bro.
No, he hit him. If he catches the ball and sits down, it's a touchdown.
But he a big ass dude. It's a bad pass.
Hey, that was one play that did not dictate the win or the loss.
It was 2 plays because the nigga fumbled the series before when he caught the pass.
Everybody keep talking about him dropping that pass. Lamar is a great athlete who has.
He's a great quarterback.
He's a great athlete that has a great backyard arm. He won't win a championship.
I will say his arm has gotten better.
Do y'all think he's not in a different system?
This is my goal.
This system is tailored to him. I'll be honest.
Oh, okay.
This system is tailored to him.
What's gonna happen though, listen, watch.
Pretty face.
Yeah, they're gonna have to try to get Harbaugh might gotta get out the door.
Oh, that's your twin.
They might gotta let Harbaugh go.
That's your twin.
You think that what it might be?
I think that's the only way you can see if it's really Lamar, because right now they're the only 2 people who've been there the longest. Like they've been there. Like y'all not winning. So who are you gonna change? The quarterback or the coach?
I say, man, I've been got Harbaugh pussy.
Look, I would have said if Harbaugh got blowed out, then you get rid of him. But they haven't been blowed out.
To me, Harbaugh is
they're gonna give him one more year this year. Let's see what they do this year.
Harbaugh is the right version of Mike Tomlin, man. They can get to the playoffs.
Agree.
They won't win it all.
I like Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, but
why did they get Aaron Rodgers? I'm sick of Aaron Rodgers.
All right, guys. I'm gonna close it out with
I appreciate you guys, man. This was a good one tonight, man.
It was.
Yeah. We need to come. I'll message all y'all in the on IG. We need to come up if we want to just start. I know it's the summer. Lissa's not in school. She's not teaching, so we need to decide if we want to kind of try to do this every Wednesday until people get back into work schedule, just so we can get some consistency on the tube, or at least try to do 2 weeks and then have 2 weeks off.
Damn, them whole ass nigga lost, man.
Oh, I'm good. Look, one thing that I'm learning about content is when you are consistent, you do see more. You get a little bit more out of it.
Classic said, see, Classic, tell him, Classic.
You have to commit. You have to commit to it. We trying to get to where Classic at. We trying to get to him.
Once a week, man.
Hey, Classic, I'll be trying to tell him, man.
I would love to, bro.
We can do it every night.
Let's go to Mondays.
Monday.
Whatever works for y'all. I'm trying to
Yeah.
tell
The
you.
Wednesdays, the
Mondays
Wednesdays.
just may not be
But not a way
sustainable
not
for me
to.
when school start. But
Yeah.
I can even commit to every week when school start.
You questionable not, Coles, man. I don't like you in them cowboy shit, man. You from Chicago, bro. You supposed to be a bear or something, man. Come on, man.
Hey, I tried to tell him, classic. Hey, it's a real. Hey, we close now, y'all. We close.
Yeah.
I'm good with every
He
week.
said, hell nah.
Marcus, you need another day besides Wednesday?
Yeah, it's clashing with the softball.
And let me know.
I'm trying to I try to make it back. So we get done at we start at 6 and get done about 7:15.
What Monday
and
look
it's
like?
downtown. So when I try to get back, it usually takes me a little bit. So I'll be coming in right at 8 o'clock, and y'all just be right starting. That's why y'all saw me a couple times in the car.
Yeah,
because I'm trying to catch back.
What about Monday, bro?
I'm fine on Mondays.
Hey, y'all let me know. Let's try.
Monday, cool, bro.
Tell everybody bye.
Bye.
What about Mondays? What if we do Mondays?
Go ahead.
Could we bump it up like at 7 instead of 8?
I'm fine.
I'm fine with that too.
So yeah, I don't know if
yeah. Oh, okay. So let's say every Monday at 7, maybe.
We want to start.
Just check with David.
Yeah, David. I just been sending it to him now. So
okay.
Yeah, the football season starting. That shit over with.
Oh, and y'all want David for football season. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll make it shake. We'll make it shake.
Y'all let me know. Let me know on IG.
Okay.
And we'll
right now. Everybody's in agreement. All four of us is in agreement.
Yeah, but we still got to talk to Tam though.
Oh yeah.
I ain't seen Tam, man. What Tam ass at? Y'all need to go check her, man.
Man, were you late? We already said she was teaching vacation Bible.
Yeah, she did.
She's teaching the babies about
Lord's good word.
All right, y'all.
All right, it's been real. I enjoyed it, y'all, as always.
All right, plug Norris, Miss Alyssa.
Hey, you know what it is, D?
See y'all next week.